Broad time, you're live. I can't hear anything.
Something we gon' have to spend, right? Yeah. If you're waiting for the right guy, shorty, I'd encourage you looking elsewhere. Cause I can't promise you'll be mine forever. Die together, find whatever, hey. I can bet you tight to never find a better, hey. Done to wet you, now I'm a redder, time whenever, babe. Shine Electra, cause I can be your flame.
CATCH22 Sunday. It's the CATCH22 Sunday. CATCH22 Sunday. It's a CATCH22 Sunday.
How's everyone doing? Electra, happy Sunday. Happy CATCH22
Can you see
Sunday.
me? I can't see me.
You can't see you? I can see you.
No.
And you.
My
okay.
screen is just black.
Okay. Well, hey. Yeah, you are working on some content stuff, so we knew your computer would be a little frozen, but that's okay. I still see you, and your tits look great. They look great.
Wonderful.
What is? She moved. What is that shirt? What are we looking at there? What am I looking at? What is that shirt?
Oh, that was from the movies last night. I don't know. It's a little guy, a little froggy guy with popcorn. So
That's right.
I didn't change.
That's right, people. You heard right. We started watching movies. The laziest content device you can conceive. We finally got there. Finally got to the end of the road. And what's there? Movies. No, we're doing wholesome movies. So we do a live on Rumble, then they go to our Patreon. Last night we did what the fuck was it called? Electra, what was the movie called? Babes in Toyland. Yeah, I've watched it since I was a kid. Can't think of the name. Weed is a crazy thing. But 1961, Disney's first major, motion picture that wasn't a cartoon, and it was a banger. Did you like it, Electra?
A little bit.
No, she did not like it. But she went and saw the play at some point, so you were probably traumatized.
Yeah, I did see the actual musical when I was in high school. They did a production of it at my high school, and it was okay. It was I don't know.
I think we both.
I really usually like musicals too. They're like kind of my thing. So for me not to like it that much, it's just
really suck. But you must admit that the Castle in Spain song is a banger. Like if you were to watch 5 minutes of anything in that movie. Yeah, so go ahead and watch that movie, or go to our Patreon, and you don't even have to rent the movie. You can just watch it and watch us laugh at it. Yeah, it's fun. We won't be doing a lot of those because, there's not that many wholesome movies. So anyway, Electra, welcome to CATCH22 on a Sunday. You excited?
Everybody, welcome to CATCH22. Yay!
Well, everyone, but you specifically. And so I hope everyone watched the Blind Mike Project this morning. It was a banger, as usual. DSP and Aaron are the same person. And so that's fun. Go watch that and your mind will be boggled. So that's what I've been up to. And Electra, I saw Electra there in the chat. She was not feeling. We get up really early to do that show, so sometimes I wish I could say I'm not doing it either. But only because, not because I don't love it. I love it, but it starts so goddamn early. You got to be up at like, 5 a.m. to really get a handle on it. And that is not something that us lazy left coasters like to do. No. But for Blind Mike, we'll do anything. So,
No.
Electra.
I'm not a
how
morning
was-
person. Are you a morning person?
I didn't used to be, but cats have changed that in me, I think. It's not like I like mornings, but mornings are more efficient. You can get more done in like the first few hours of the morning than you can at any other point in the day. So I just really bang it hard. I like get everything done so I could just do nothing the rest of the day.
I'm going to start counting how many times you say bang during the show
Maybe
today.
Oh, no. I'm subconsciously, need a bang. Anyone out there? Throw me a bang. Apparently I need it. How's the chat? The chat doing well today? I hope they're doing well. I hope you're having a banger. See, I did it again. No.
Good. I see Jerry Lahane. What's up, Jerry Lahane? I see Chunksta.
Prairie
Yay.
Judge. Scott Fitzpatrick. David Collins. Oh, that's some friendly faces.
Wow. Hi, Scott. Hi, David.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Prairie Judge is here. So good to have you all with us. I'm in a mood today. I'm in a funk. So just don't mind me.
It's our job to pull tits out of the funk. We got to get tits out of the funk. Tits is jammed in a hole, and we got to pull them tits up out of the hole. So that is our job today, chat. So, help in any way you can. Dick pics to DJElectrafry.com would also help. Just as many dick pics as you can send. Electra, would that help you if you got some, just a pile of dick pics today? People loving you by sending pictures of their phallus.
No, I don't think that would really help.
Would it hurt?
Might make it worse.
Okay, don't do that, people. Although, I already sent one. So, that one was sent before I knew it hurt.
No, you didn't. You don't ever do that.
That's I'm a morning person, and I almost did it in the morning. I'm like, it's not on my list, but I might do it. Just send my dick pic.
Yeah, just play cat clips. That could make me really happy. Like the whole show, just cat clips.
You know what? Let's start the day with a cat clip, and maybe that will put you in that. Thank you so much, Prairie Judge. That is actually a good strategy, because I got a funny cat thing today, and I think if we watch it, we may just trick her into living another day.
A good mood.
Fully into it. Here we go. We're gonna do our cats at the beginning of the day today to get tits out of the hole.
I'm scared to cut my cat's nails.
Oh, this is mine about cutting the cat's nails.
This might stress you out, actually, but we're gonna watch it anyway. So yes.
No, it's funny. It is funny.
This has been a thing between us. So yes, there was a cat found under my apartment building in Venice Beach, and we rehomed it with DJ Electra because she is a saint, and the cat is a monster, and will not let you clip its nails. It has cut into you multiple times. But maybe
it's
the
gotten
best
to the
troll
point now where his nails are so long he gets stuck in his bed, and I was like napping, and I woke up and he was stuck with his bed, dragging it around the house. This big heavy cat bed. He could not get it off of his hand, off of his nail, and he didn't want me to do it, but he finally let me get it off there, take his hand off.
And for the novice out there, cutting a cat's toenails is not for the weak-stomached. Because they have a lot of sharp things aiming at you when you hold them and grab them like that. And if you don't know how to hold them or grab them right, or, my cats just do what I say. But that's taken years of, just the constant grabbing and holding. So they
And
finally
you
just
worked
give
at
up.
a vet office, didn't you?
Yes.
And
But
you're
I
like
also
the cat whisperer.
But I also I got super lucky, and I got total chill cats. I mean, you got a cat that lived under a house and was eating plastic. So it's definitely gone through a transition phase where it's not that bad anymore, but it ain't great. And so
yeah,
this
he doesn't
is about
attack my ankles or scratch me as much. Knock on wood. I shouldn't have even said that. I'm probably gonna jinx myself.
But people, here's the thing: this kind of cat needs a big heart and needs someone that can handle it. And so he got one with Electra because she, was a nurse. She can handle this shit. This ain't like
I'm very patient most of the time.
Yeah, so this is a video about learning how to cut the nails, which you yet have to successfully do, correct? It still has
Correct.
not
Still have not done it yet.
Okay.
I know I'm a pussy, but it scratches me a lot. And I value my life. Gotta get creative if you want to cut your cat's nails.
Best Blur song I've ever heard.
Cutting nails off the rails.
Okay, this is a strategy. I have not seen this strategy. I like it. For the back, it's perfect. Look at that cat's face.
Yeah, the cat's just like, that's why I said cat's in space. He's just like, got a space helmet on.
I like this one. My cat is not going to sit on its back like that, though. That's uncomfortable to sit like that.
Right. Mine won't either. And he would just kick me and jump out and run away. He would get away. With that on his head. He'd just be digging his head into the ground.
So, like, see how kind of, I wouldn't say fat, extra pound, kind of non-movie cat. That would be a good strategy for a less than mobile cat.
That looks like a female cat. It must be a female cat, too. I feel like female cats are a little bit mellower than these male cats.
Oh, no, they are not. Oh, no,
well,
they are.
I've had a female cats before, and they were way mellower than this male cat that I have.
Well, the plastic eating under the house cat, yes. But I would say my experience at a vet would tell me that female cats love and hate hard. Everything they do is hard. So when they love you, it's like, oh my God, this cat loves the hell out of me. But when they go after you, it is vicious. Male cats are just sort of docile nothings. That's why I love them.
No, that is opposite of my experience. Maybe for a man, male cats are docile nothings, but not for me.
I just look over and nod, and they nod back, and that's our day. It's awesome. I love my cat.
Oh my God.
The cat in the bag. I think I recommended the towel for you, but
I haven't found that one yet. So this one, do you see this little bags that they're in? Oh, it didn't show yet. There.
That is fucking... Okay, this would work 100%. A cat bag, you got to get a cat bag.
Yeah.
That will.
I'm getting a cat bag.
Because you can put it, it's easy to put it on him because you can kind of walk him into it. And then, so you don't have to like pick him up and corral him into it. And then you just pick him up and hang him.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll just hang him from the shower curtain.
Please film this whole thing.
I will.
Okay.
I will. I need to order one like today.
It'll be our Patreon and members only special, Shaving Pussy with DJ Electra. Or not shaving, clipping pussy. We can do shaving too.
Look how cute those little kitties are. I'm not making my own though. I'm getting the professional grade one.
Yeah, no, you don't want them to get caught on like a little string and now you're fucking, oh, that could be a nightmare. Also, getting the cat's legs through all four, it's not as easy as it's gonna look.
Well, all I gotta do is put it right in front of his food bowl.
His food bowl, I was gonna, yeah.
And when he goes to eat, I'll just pick him up in it after he's done eating. Then I'll pick him up and hang him from the shower curtain.
Is he a treat? Is he adjusting to treats at all, or still not a treat cat?
No, he doesn't like treats. He likes his food.
Weird.
He likes his food.
You gotta get some plastic.
But he's scared of heights. He's
really?
scared of heights, you guys, which is so weird. We found him under a house.
How high does he get scared? Like
even when I pick him up, he gets super nervous. Like when I pick him up, he gets really scared.
But if
he will go on the counter in my kitchen. If I'm sitting down with him, because that's not at a heights.
Right. Okay. So it is heights. I was trying to say maybe he just doesn't like being picked up, but it is heights.
It is
that
heights.
You've noticed. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So maybe not hang him from a. Maybe not hang him from something and from a bag. That might.
Well, but it says that it makes them feel very comforted and secure for some reason. I won't hang him very high.
I want to put my cats in this now and just like leave them for the afternoon. Just let them look at each other and talk. Did you really leave us here like this? What the fuck?
I am a fraidy cat, Brian.
That is not a happy cat face.
They look pretty mellow though.
Yeah, no, like ears aren't pinned back. They're like confused and curious. And that's how when you can keep a cat curious, you can always give them shots, pill them, clip their nails, whatever you
So
need.
you didn't have these at the vet office that you worked at?
We did not. Toweling was the fastest way because you could just roll a cat in a towel in 2 seconds. Yeah, you just roll a cat in a towel like a fucking chimichanga, and you make sure that their legs and feet are out on both ends. So it's like this really long, skinny cat, and they can't move their neck because their legs are out. And so you can just boom, get their front legs, get their back legs, and they can't do shit. At the vet, they're like so quick with it, they can get that whole process done in like 30 seconds.
I really want you to come meet this cat and find out.
No, I
how
need to. I need to come,
easy
and I
he
need
is
to be.
deal with. Yeah, right.
I need
He's
to be
a
bitten
demon.
a few times. Yeah, no, I need to be bitten.
I'm gonna name him Hackride. Since Hackride's gone anyway, I think I'm just gonna name the
Hackride's
cat
not gone.
Hackride.
Hackride is
Where's Hackride then?
He's an executive. Executives don't work. He's on vacation somewhere. He might do a show from his vacation spot. I heard a rumor that he might do that. But yeah, what is this? He's getting.
But if I make a cat burrito, how do I clip the damn nails? That's impossible. I can't do that.
Okay, well, I just have to show you. Like, you do it when they're like, you put them on their side, and then their legs are out on both sides, and then you roll them up real quick before they can pull them in. It's fun.
Oh my god.
But also, the sooner you start doing it, the sooner the cat will get used to it, and you can do it more.
Well, I touch his feet every
Scaredy
day.
cat. Well, that's good. You touch his feet every day?
Yeah, just try to get him used to it. He's not getting used to it.
Well, keep it
He
up.
runs away. He hates it.
Well, what you need to do is, like, when he's laying down, you need to put your fingers in between the digits and, like, massage it a little. And eventually cats have this instinct, it's like when you hit the knee and it goes up, where they'll open their paw and let you massage in there more. Because they can't really get it. All 3 of my cats do it. I got to get over there. We got to see how bad this really is.
It's bad.
That would work too. Just a straight up helmet.
Yeah, same thing as the bottle over the head.
Yeah, the bottle over the head, it could kind of get out. A strapped on helmet, I'd feel a little more safe. They can still scratch the shit.
Look at how cute they are when they're asleep. That's the only time my cat's cute is when he's asleep.
Is this still? I can't remember. Is this
Okay, let's see.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, did you know? And this is like an old internet thing, but now that you have a cat, you should try this. Get one of these old combs. Did it with all 3 of my cats. All 3 of my cats reacted exactly the same. It's fucking hilarious. And
okay.
Something about the frequency with the cat makes them dry heave. Have you seen this on the internet?
No.
All right.
Is that what this is?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't like the sound either. It's terrible.
Yeah, that frequency somehow makes
But
cats.
I'm not dry heaving, but still.
It makes all of them dry heave. What is that?
Oh, I have a black comb like that. So if I just take the comb and make that noise, the cat will dry heave.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
it's some
videotape
sort of-
it.
some
I don't
sort of
think that's
stone-
very nice, but I'll try it once.
Yeah, it's some sort of stoner science. I cannot explain why it makes them vomit, but that cat made a funny face.
Okay, so apparently if you scratch the bristles of a comb, your cat will gag. Let's see what this is all about.
Instantly.
Oh my god, I feel so...
So I got to do it more. That is the human in all of us. Oh, he did it. Let me do it more. Stand up, Johnny.
Okay, so apparently if you scratch the bristles of a comb, your cat will gag. Let's see what this is all about. Oh my god, I feel so...
God, so weird.
So apparently, if you do this to your cat, he's gonna gag. Or she.
Holy shit.
Oh! Oh my god! What the fuck?
All 3. I'm telling you, all 3 of my cats did it. It was more of the tongue thing with one of my
When
cats.
did you try it?
Oh, months ago. Yeah.
Months ago.
Yes. It was like, oh, I can torture my cats. Hold on, let me get a comb.
Why didn't you videotape him?
Well, I can do it. It's not like they've forgotten, but I just at the time I wasn't doing it for content. I was doing it for sadomasochistic play, or I just wanted to torture my animals a little bit. It's like one of the only
What language
universal
is that?
things.
Shoot at the funka and stackars molly.
Nope. Do it again. Do it as Bjork. Go.
Shoot at the funka and stackars molly. That wasn't very good.
You know, your Bjork is my favorite of all your voices.
I am Bjork. Oh, poor kitty. That guy's relentless. Jeez, he's doing it with a pen and everything.
All right, gonna try this out.
Look at that.
See, that's my cat. He'll just run away. The orange one, like, tolerate it.
His cats were broken. That's not good.
Oh, look at the cat tongue. They have funny little tongues.
They're very cute little tongues. They hurt.
know.
though. Oh my god, they hurt when they all lick you and shit. But okay, Electra, I do this coming up. If you want to have some real fun, get yourself one of them thermal scanners and just put it on, or night vision or thermal scanners, and watch your cats fart. Because, oh my god, how fun would this be all day?
Oh my gosh.
I'd watch that all fucking day. I'd trap the farts and I'd play with them. Look at all. And the crazy thing here too,
You'd play
one
with
on
the
the
farts? What?
the one I'd trap them and sell them. The one on the far left, he's the only one. Like, look, it's coming out now. But watch the face on the one on the far left. He's the only one that like notices that this is going on. Like, he looks down. He's like, "Oh, really, dude, really?"
He's like, oh, this is shame.
But imagine how much. I have 3 cats, and did you see the stream of gas? How it came out? They're
Yeah.
farting so much around my face when I sleep. Oh, it's so good. Look, there's her face up there at the top. That gas cloud is coming towards her face.
That is so funny. I've never heard my cat fart or smelled
You
any
don't
farts or
hear him.
anything.
Oh, every single time you see them stand up after they sleep and they do that like upside down U where they stretch, they fart.
Yeah.
Scientists have shown that every time they do that, they fart.
Every
Gas
time
comes
they
out.
stretch, they fart.
Every time they do that stretch, yes. Because it just opens up all their holes, I guess. And so, yes, they're farting. He's farting around you at all times. It's amazing. We just don't even think about it.
God.
The cat's farts. See, Electra, do you feel good now? Cat's farts. Yeah, did cats work?
It's funny. I feel better. I'm smiling.
Yeah, we did it. We got tits out of a hole. For momentarily. I'm sure that hole will return. So, Electra, did you load up your... you did. Excellent. Okay, are we ready for
I am
some...
okay. I'm not ready for headlines yet.
No, thumbnail war. I was going to say it's time
Okay.
for thumbnail war.
We can do thumbnails, yeah.
All right, people, you know what time it is. Weirdest intro we've ever made. But it won. That one won. And Electra's on a winning streak here. And so what this is the thumbnail for today's show. How we do this is we alternate, we come up with a topic, and then we make a thumbnail for it. I had last week's, which was underwater or something, or ocean. And this week, Electra had it. And Electra, what was it?
Chocolate? It
Fill
was
my
the
gooch.
first word
Oh,
that
yeah,
came
let's
to
not-
my mind.
It was not Fill
Chocolate.
My Gooch. It was chocolate. So yes, chocolate. And so that was the theme this week. And so let's take a look at the 2 entries in no particular order. We're going to go first. Well, it's moving. We're going to go. Here is a number 1 chocolate thumbnail.
Fill my cooch.
All right. Looks like we're swimming around in a bowl of chocolate. I like that. Also looks like they're swimming around in something else. But I think that's how you make chocolate on the internet AIs. All right, so that's number 1. Here's number 2. Number 2, CATCH22 a Sunday. Oh, I see what they did there. You see what they did there? Because it's not a Sunday, it's a Sunday.
Oh, I see.
That might win just for brain power, whoever did that. All right, again, we got number 1, floating around in a bowl of chocolate. And then number 2, standing around in a sea of feces. I mean chocolate. What do you guys think? Number 1 or number 2? Put it in the chat. Number 1, number 2. Again, number 1, the bowl of chocolate. Number 2, the land of chocolate. So I got a number 1. So we're tied right now. We have a number 1 for 1, 1 for 2. We got 2 for 1. We got bowl of chocolate 2, land of chocolate 1. Again, bowl of chocolate, land of chocolate. Both are terrifying, says Gray. Thank you.
They are. They're both really weird.
1, 2, 3, 4. It is 5-1 now for bowl of chocolate. So bowl of chocolate is winning 5-1. We'll give you 6-1. We're gonna give you a few more minutes here to make sure you really think that's what you want. Because I'm just saying, guys. CATCH22 Sunday. It's spelled different because it means it's a Sunday. Don't you understand the comic genius of that? What are you missing here? Oh, we got another vote for 2. We're catching up. I mean, we don't know whose is who, but 6-2. Oh no, I think we can call it. I think we're gonna have to call it. It is bullshit. It's total bullshit. But the winner and still champion of Thumbnail Wars, DJ Electra. God damn it.
And it
Bowl
was,
of chocolate.
it was hard.
Where's your Sunday?
I want to show you guys the ones that I did that we can't
That's
use
wrong.
as the thumbnail, but we can show them, I think.
Uh-oh.
There was a lot
Is
of
it-
nudity. A lot of
Oh,
boobs.
yes. The chocolate's covering the boobs. Thank God. Thank
Yeah,
God.
it's covering the boobs, but we're supposed to be mud wrestling in chocolate.
Well, that's.
I know,
that is-
like, what? Weird. And then there was this one.
That would have won, by the way, just for the, chocolate-covered boob.
There's that one. More nudity.
Yeah, we're getting a pelvic area look at, too. My God. AI, stop this. Stop. What is that?
But then when I asked it to wear a bikini, it like throttled it and said, nope, can't do that.
Hold on, let me download this one. I might have to rub onto my bed later to this. There we go.
No, you're not.
Got it. All right. Well, thank you, AI.
And
for
there was
making
even
it.
more worse ones that weren't covered.
No, don't
and I
show
didn't
those.
even
We have-
download. No, I'm not going to show those. I didn't
Okay.
download those. But
we saw the pelvic creases. I think that's as far as we can go with AI, which was nice. They look nice, Electra. Congratulations on your pelvic creases. And I will be rubbing one out later. I'm just gonna. It's chocolate, people. It's chocolate. But congratulations, you're on a 4-week winning streak, and I'm gonna just quit trying. Why even try at this point?
no, just keep trying.
I try and it just doesn't.
Do you want me
seem
to
work
try
out.
less harder? You don't try as hard as me.
Do you see the Sunday? Oh my God. I don't see any of the headline pictures, and so I guess we can skip it.
No, they're in there, but they're okay. So they're in the media file folder. So how do I get them into layers without them showing up on the screen?
Well, you can't. The funny thing is, though, I did mention to the CEO of EVMux of a simple way to be able to do that, and I've not heard back. They do take some of our suggestions, and then they disappear off to their island.
What did you say was a simple way to do that?
When you add it to the screen, there would be an arrow for up or down. If you hit the down, it puts it at the bottom of the file, or bottom of the layers. If you hit up, it puts it
Oh,
at
that's
the
right.
top
You
of the
told me
layers.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boring
So
for
if
everyone else out there.
We
but-
can do headlines, but it's just all my pictures are going to come up on the screen and be big, and then I have to resize them real quick.
I don't think you even would have to resize them. I think you could just do the headlines with the pictures big. You want to try that?
I guess.
All right. Well, it's just they're going to come in all weird sized anyway. So let's just try it. People, we're going to try it. I'll go first just so you can get everything ready. Does that work for you?
Sure.
Okay. So you know it. You love it, people. Well, I mean, it's okay. Honestly, this week I don't think I did very good. It's headlines.
Hey now.
That's right. This is where we pick up a pen. And my God, I have really biffed it this week. But let's do it. A satanic janitor from New Jersey was sentenced to multiple years in jail after admitting to putting poop and other bodily fluids in kids' school food as a lunch worker.
What?
That's right. Coincidentally, Satanic Janitor from New Jersey was my favorite emo band from the aughts. Hey-o. I love their Hurt Murder Waiters, A Dish of Cold album. Oh my God, that's so bad. All right, Electra, follow that.
Oh my God, you guys, this is a nightmare. Okay.
We didn't
here we
rehearse.
go.
All right, let's just be honest. We usually rehearse. We didn't rehearse today.
We did not rehearse.
No.
Scientists in Australia's Northern Territory discovered ants infected by a cordyceps-like fungus, effectively turning them into zombies. Just when you thought Australian wildlife couldn't get any more terrifying, now they have friggin' zombie ants.
Zombie ants is scary, actually, when you think about it.
They grow like mushrooms out of their bodies and they turn into
I
zombies.
know. We've all seen Last of Us. We know this is how our society ends. Mushrooms growing out of our
I
brain.
couldn't handle putting a real picture of it on the screen, so I saved y'all from that.
Yeah, well, thank you. A study reveals what people love most about sex. And surprise, it's not the orgasm. Said
What
one
is
man
it?
in the study. Sandwiches, doctor. Sandwiches are the best part. Gotta love the sex sandwiches. Oh, it's the best thing ever.
Amazing. Researchers have observed a strange type of ice known as plastic ice, which may exist on alien planets, exhibiting properties of both solid and liquid states. Great. So now even ice can't decide what it wants to be.
Trans ice. Hey. I like that one. That was a good one.
Okay.
All right. ChatGPT, the famous AI dialogue machine app, and Meta's AI have both passed the famous Turing test, named for the famed computer inventor Alan Turing, who invented the code-breaking machine that beat the Nazis. That's right. Of course, the Turing test refers to the AI's ability to finally realize The Imitation Game was an awkward and terrible movie. Did you ever see The Imitation Game?
No.
Okay, that one's not going to hit for you then.
Sorry.
I actually like the movie, but it is awkward now when you kind of watch it.
So the latest sex trend, I didn't know there was such a thing, but in 2025 emphasizes sober intimacy, encouraging couples to connect without the influence of alcohol or drugs. Why, you may ask? Because nothing says I love you like remembering the fucking awkwardness in full vivid detail.
My favorite picture, by the way, is the bottom left picture. That is an amazing... That is an amazing picture,
Those are good, right? I got nipples onto our show. Look at that, nipples.
Well, but they're technically it's a teaching device.
It's a vector nipple, and it's teaching. Yes,
it's
teaching device.
Yeah. You are nipple happy today. I've never seen you this nipple happy. I'm always nipple happy, but I've not seen you this nipple happy. So, oh my God, look at this next story. A woman's boobs grow from a B cup to a triple G cup in 6 months after having the COVID vaccine, a new NHS report says.
Oh,
From
wow.
a B to a triple G, Electra.
There's no
B to
such thing as a triple G.
Well, according to them, there is, but the
Because a
news...
G is just 4 Ds.
Okay, I'm doing jokes here. The news comes too late. It's okay. The news comes too late for some marketing execs who are now realizing they used the wrong boobs to sell the jab. God damn, I keep hitting that wrong button. Use a boob to sell the check. Anyway, you get what I was going for. Electra, you up.
I did. I got it. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Okay, is this picture gonna work?
Oh.
Okay, here we go. Investigations reveal that porn algorithms may inadvertently be promoting harmful content, raising concerns about their role in shaping users' behavior. concerns are rising that porn algorithms may be contributing to the development of inappropriate sexual preferences. It's a little shocking when your recommended for you section needs a parental advisory.
That is shocking. What the fuck? Also, not shocking. That is both shocking and not shocking at the same time.
I know,
That's a twofer.
I know.
All right.
It is.
All right. This might be the dumbest joke of the day. Scientists reveal the surprising reason why some people's fart smell worse than others. That's right, Electra. Some people's farts smell worse than others. You've probably run into this. Probably in your bedroom with your cat. And the reason is Dale the shit shaft demon. Dale. He makes them worse in some people. That's the worst joke I've ever Dale the shit shaft demon.
That's hilarious. All right. And last but not least.
Oh, please make it least.
We got something in Florida.
Oh, great. I stand on a Florida man.
During cold snaps in Florida, Floridians are warned about iguanas becoming immobilized and falling from trees. Forget raining cats and dogs. In Florida, it's raining lizards. Only in Florida.
And that, people...
Headlines.
Where the fuck is the headlines? I can't even find the thing to end it. Fuck it. That was just headlines. We're not even ending it right. We deserve the shame of no intro or outro for that.
Oh, I think that would have helped, actually. It would have made it, like, more real or something.
Okay, headlines.
Play it.
Well, that went swimmingly. Congratulations to us. Maybe the best 15 minutes of podcasting in 2025.
I even had more jokes. Even more bad jokes.
Oh, no.
I mean...
Electra, I have a serious question for you, though. Where will you be putting your award for that segment? Because I am clearing out space right now. I'm on the mantle, mostly.
No. Oh, you're taking out my pictures now?
Oh, those were yours. I'm sorry. I thought that was mine. I'm just...
I was going to take them out.
All right, so she won the joke battle. She won the thumbnail battle. Should I just quit? My God, I can't win anything.
I didn't win. There was no joke battle. That's not a battle. What did you make it into a competition or something?
No, I make nothing into competitions. I just have fun. But you know what? It's that time, Electra. It's time for some weird shit for the internet, I think.
The thumbnail war was your idea.
That I continually lose, by the way. Which, great idea. I just kind of the butt of your joke on your own channel. Fun times. All right. Time for some weird shit from the internet today. We were all over the place, but we're getting a lot of relationship stuff today because I think it's always fun to talk to DJ Electra about relationship stuff and the crazy bitches be crazy. The segment's titled "Bitches Be Crazy." A lot of it.
Perfect.
All right, we haven't seen Steven Seagal's belly in a while. I thought we'd take a look.
Oh, good.
No.
Oh, dang. Is that really him?
That is really him, our former action star, now Russian propagandist.
He got fat.
Yeah, he lives over in Russia now, and he eats very well. Much kabasi, comrade.
Cool.
Yeah, so just checking in on all our stars. I saw that Van Damme was just arrested or something. So it's good to see that all our former action stars of the 80s and 90s are still moving around. All right. You know Tony Robbins, the man who talks a lot of shit about nothing, just goes on and on about nothing. Well, why watch Tony Robbins when you have a guy that does an exact impression and who's funny online?
If you could be any kind of animal.
I love that.
Oh my gosh.
Why do I love that so much? Give that man all the medals right there. See,
That was
I should
great.
probably know his name,
Roar.
but that is Tony Robbins. Every time I see Tony Robbins interview someone, he does end up slapping the guy. So that is very funny.
Hey, Casey. Roar.
What a sound. Get this guy an SNL immediately. All right.
So
Now,
good.
people, the market is down Oh my God, is it down? Oh my God, did I take it? I bent over and took it. But that's what you do because it's just paper losses, people. And but people are always like, but you need money to become an investor. I don't know how to get in. You don't need anything. You just need a job. You need a job, money coming in. Meet Earl, who with under $12 an hour job has put away bank. You can do it too.
Earl told me he's never made more than $12 an hour, never earned more than $20,000 a year.
How you?
Well, many out there can relate.
What's your net worth?
$500,000.
What?
$500,000.
Yeah,
From working here.
working here.
And there it is in his statements, over $500,000 net worth on a parking lot wage. Now Mr. Earl had my full attention. How did he do it?
Stop working so hard and let the money work for you.
He started investing $25 each month into a mutual fund and did that consistently for 15 years. He bought stock in blue chips like IBM and Coca-Cola that paid dividends and...
Instead of taking the dividends and parking it, let it set or let it reinvest itself and it increase my shares.
Today, Earl's stock portfolio alone is worth more than $500,000. And yes, his house is paid for. And no, he doesn't carry any credit card debt.
Be like Earl. You know what I'm saying? Financially responsible. Just start now. $25 a week in a Robinhood account. Dollar price index in. Just get S&P, Berkshire Hathaway, Apple, whatever you want. Throw like 5% or 10% on Tesla or fucking Bitcoin, just so you can.
I feel like we should talk more about this Bitcoin thing.
Nah, Bitcoin is not a hedge. People think, in my opinion, I don't think it's hedge. I think because there's so much.
What does that even mean? What does hedge mean?
So when you invest, you want to invest in things where if something goes down, this other thing won't go down. And that's called like a hedge. It might even go up. And so if one part of the ship lists to the left, the other part comes up, you know, and so that's what hedging means. Is hedging your bet. It's where it comes from.
Oh,
so,
okay. So something diversified.
Yeah, exactly. But you also want to have some skin in the game of like, well, what if this does go to $1 million? Well, I should have some, but it should be a small percentage of your total investment. But I would say now, just as not investment advice, but what happens tomorrow is going to be very indicative of my investment strategy. Tomorrow could be a Black Monday. 20% loss in the stock market could happen tomorrow. Also, it could be a day where the stocks go up a little because the big money is seeing discounts enough to where they're buying. How tomorrow goes is how I will go. But also set price points. So for, say, Berkshire Hathaway, which normally trades right around 480 to 500, I've put a buy at like 450. So if it goes down to 450, it'll notify my phone, and then I can decide if I want to buy some. And you don't have to buy a $450 worth. You just buy fractional shares. Buy like $3 worth if you want. The point being is you dollar average index in. So today you buy some, next week you buy some, 2 weeks you buy some, 3 weeks you buy some. So you're never going to be able to pick the exact bottom, but this way you average it out over time to where you don't get hammered by, picking too far from the bottom. That is very boring talk. I am sorry. But the point is...
Why does my brain just shut off when people start talking about
Because,
investing?
honestly, because you were taught as a child, not just women, but all of us as American children in our schools to sort of fear money and not like to talk about money. Classically, women don't go in and ask for raises that men do just because they don't like to talk about money because we've all been conditionally told to not talk about money. We get taught things in school that mean fucking nothing to us, and they leave the whole financial aspect of life out. Why? That is purposeful. They don't want us to be like Earl. If we're all like Earl, there's no one to work the $12 an hour job. You understand? Like they need workers, and we can't all be people can't all be like, oh, I ain't working. No, I'm just going to wear flip-flops all day. Because then there would be no working class. Anyway, big shout out to Earl.
Oh my God, wait, hold on. I have to put this up.
COVID give you a bigger dick too. Yes. Only
Spread
with
our
other
party. Just infect
Dylan?
everyone if it gives them bigger dicks.
Yeah. Here's a question for you, Dylan. If your dick got bigger, but only in another man's ass,
Would you
know what I'm
still
saying?
do it?
Like, it doesn't like shrink when you get out of there. Because no, then I'm not doing that. I just didn't do it for the experience. You get to retain the growth, but you got to both penetrate and be penetrated. That's how it works.
I think that would probably I don't. Maybe it would be a yes. I don't know. Maybe probably be a no.
If God would have done that, that would have shown he had a sense of humor. That's just it.
Terrible.
Oh, speaking of one of these stocks, Tesla is one of these stocks. I personally don't buy Tesla because I don't. One of Warren Buffett's rules is find the great business with the boring owner. Well, that is not a boring CEO. That is an exciting CEO. And
wait, what does this mean? What? What'd you just say?
Okay, so Warren Buffett has a rule. Warren Buffett is an investor, and he has a rule about investing in companies with boring CEOs. He wants a boring CEO. So that's why I don't invest in Tesla, because their CEO, Elon Musk, is not boring, which means that the stock price will be attacked by his enemies, will be propped up by his friends, and there's no real market honesty on what that Tesla price really is. So I don't invest in Tesla. I don't invest in SpaceNet or whatever, Skynet.
I try to be boring, but then my life doesn't really work out boringly.
You're saying
doesn't work out that way.
Not like
doesn't
Casey.
Stay that way.
I try to be boring, but Casey's so good at it. He's just a natural at this boring thing. So anyway, this lady has a prayer to protect Tesla because they're under attack from the libs, which is the dumbest thing ever. Why are you attacking Tesla? They're attacking electric cars, you morons.
Tesla is not the enemy. Tesla is an American company.
Okay, now I hate Tesla even more. See, this is what bad marketing could do for you.
Dang, her song is the enemy.
Prosperity and protection.
Oh, God.
In the mighty name of Jesus Christ, God's Son.
Did you see when she said Jesus Christ, she pointed to her palm as if to say, that is where he was crucified. And
yeah, that was creepy shit, dude.
Awesome.
That is cult behavior. She's in a cult.
Yeah.
Definitely cult.
What gave you the hint? You are quite the decipherer of things to figure that out.
Satan is the enemy, seeking to kill, steal, and destroy our country. Praying wisdom, peace, and protection in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, God's...
She did it again. She points to both her hands. That is fucking... Now, whenever you mention someone and they died, you have to point to the place where and how they died. Like when you say Robin Williams, you got to put your hands around your throat. You know what I'm saying?
Son.
This is a good way to identify people in the future.
Yes, Jesus loves me.
Wait,
She's
need to
doing
know
sign
now.
language.
Is that Jesus in sign language?
Yeah.
Oh my. Hold on, I'm doing the hand thing. Jesus. Oh my Jesus.
Yes, Jesus loves me.
I'm Googling.
Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
To do the sign of Jesus, touch the tip of your middle finger to your dominant hand in the center of your palm, and of your non-dominant hand, then touch the tip of your middle finger, your non-dominant hand, in the palm of your dominant hand. They even have you're supposed to use your left into your right, then your right to your left. Oh my God. Colt.
Mm-hmm.
Here's some honesty and some pain.
Well, that's like that song, Joy.
Yeah.
And pain. Pump it up, pump it up. Sunshine and rain.
If you could name right now, DJ Electra, who sang that, both artists who sang that song. Don't Google it. Do not Google it.
It's okay. It says it in the song. So I'm in the song right now.
Okay, sing it. Sing it.
It's raw bass.
Okay, that's one. Sing it out loud.
Shit.
We want to hear you sing it out loud.
The whole thing?
No, well, just the parts you're thinking of that might sound the name. It might be fun to listen to.
Well, it says raw bass like a bunch of times. It's in like every verse.
All right. The other one, yeah, I don't think you're going to get unless you're a hardcore. I'll give you a clue. DJ. Like your name.
DJ E-Rock.
DJ. Oh, so close. DJ Easy Rock. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you. Yes. Joy and Pain. She got it. That is that's from the 80s.
Hell yeah. I was in junior high.
All right. So, Electra, imagine just for a moment being a man, trying to live in this world, trying to supply a life for your family, and you do all that, and your wife is still fed up with you. Not because you did anything wrong, but she's just getting sick and tired. So this is kind of like what I think this is how men get red-pilled, I think. This happens to them, or they see that happen to one of their friends, or they hear about it. And it's sort of horrifying for men.
I've been with my husband for almost 20 years, but about 3 years ago, I was strongly considering divorce, and I want to talk to you about why. So I'm going to tell you the story of the day where I thought to myself, maybe I don't want to do this anymore. My husband and I had 4 kids. We both worked full time. We had been together for 16 years at this point. We've been together since high school. And on paper, I have an amazing husband. He is incredibly supportive. He's kind. He's loyal. He's a great dad. He's very hands-on. He's an active participant.
Well, we got to leave this asshole. Sick of him. Oh, my God.
He's always
saying a lot of great things.
Yes.
On paper, what else could I ask for? But in reality, my experience is very similar to the experience of other women. I had this amazing husband who on paper was great, but I was incredibly frustrated
But he didn't have abs like he used to. And this guy at the gym's got abs. So I hate
Is that what she's really going to say?
No.
burnt out from our marriage and from motherhood. Because what happens to so many of us is that we marry these amazing men and we have amazing relationships and then we have kids. And when we have kids, women tend to carry a disproportionate amount of the work in the home, the work of raising kids, and the mental load. And that is exactly what happened to us. About 3 months after my 4th baby was born, I remember looking at my husband and saying, I need more. I need you to do more. I am exhausted. I am in charge of everyone and everything in this house. Every night when we cook dinner.
This house that you're in because of me. Okay. Well, no, they both had jobs. This is a split family, so okay. But 4 kids, you need to do more.
You ask me what to make. Every day when you drop off the kids at daycare, you ask me what they need in their backpacks.
Every day when you take the kids to daycare, you ask me what they need in their bed. You asshole. Take those kids to daycare.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me.
She sounded like a really ungrateful bitch right now.
I mean, this is where the argument starts.
So she wants to get divorced and be single and do everything on her own because that's the other alternative.
Well,
Have
no, but
nobody to help you.
Well, no, she'll take half his money and get a nanny or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then now you're paying for the nanny. I can't take care of these kids myself. Like, she's not going to change her lifestyle.
The project manager
for the worse
of this home, and I need you to do more. And he looked at me and he said, okay, just tell me what to do. Right? Every woman has heard this. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. And I said, okay, something that would make my life easier is if in the mornings when I came downstairs with the 4 kids, because I do mornings by myself, the dishwasher was emptied, the dishes were put away, and the trash was taken out. That would make my life so much easier because when I've got the 4 kids running around and the baby crying, I can't be looking for their favorite water bottle in the dishwasher. I just need to know it's clean. And he said, yeah, of course. What? Yeah, I'll do that. That's no problem. And so, of course, he does it. But then I have to remind him, and then he forgets, and then I have to remind him again. And there was this one...
What a monster. Has a busy life, forgets sometimes to take out the trash. I'm divorced.
Morning where I woke up, and I went to put something in the trash, and it was overflowing. And I went to get my son's water bottle, and it was in the dishwasher with all the other clean dishes. And I felt so disrespected.
It's like Hitler walked into my house and took over.
And unseen and unvalued at that point in time. And I remember texting my husband being like, what happened? Like, why didn't you do this? And he said, sorry, I was running late for work.
You know how many times that old husband was like, she's not going to give me a blowjob. I want one. You know how undervalued I feel right now? I'll just go to sleep and deal with it. I'm a man. I'll just stuff it down hundreds of thousands of times.
And I remember thinking, oh my God, he doesn't see me. Because
oh my God, she doesn't see my dick.
Because what he's done has now made me late for work. And he doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about the impact on me.
You don't care that my fluids are backing up.
And he doesn't see how every single thing in our home happens because I ask him to do it, or because I do it myself, or because I planned. And
oh my God. The argument should be, I hate my husband because the things I ask him, he doesn't do. He just doesn't listen to me. Her argument is, he does the things I tell him to do. I just don't want to have to ask. He should be psychic. He should know that these specific things should be done. And if he doesn't, and if he has to ask, even though he does them, monster. This is what we're up against, fellas.
And organized it. The diaper bag is full because I filled it, right? I put the wipes in there. And I felt so frustrated. And I remember thinking, what's the point?
And she's gaslighting you into thinking that I'm the worst thing ever for wanting to do these things, not maybe knowing how you want them done, because yes, you are in charge. So how do you want, just to make sure we have some continuity between what I do and what you do, how do you want this? What level do you set the mic at? Because I'm going to be speaking on the same show that you are. We should probably have some consistency there. I'm an asshole for asking. Fuck you.
What's the point of doing this with someone else? I might as well just do it alone. And it's not because my husband is...
She doesn't understand men. She doesn't understand the problem-solving nature of men. We live to ask, how can I fix this, fix it, and then sit in a chair and look at a wall. She doesn't understand us at all.
Didn't love me, or he did anything to...
You bred and had 4 babies with something you don't understand. That's insane.
To me, and it's not because I didn't love him, but because I felt so taken advantage of in our relationship. And this dynamic, it doesn't happen by accident, right? It's not like my husband did it to me, but we've been raised in this society that tells men and women who...
This is girlfriends feeling her, like these... Okay, Electra, I'm sorry. Am I getting a little crazy here? What it sounds like to me is that there's a few of these girlfriends that get together and kind of put this shit in each other's ear and kind of like hype each other up for, they should be like, hey, he sounds like a great guy. Oh, you got to tell him twice to take the trash out? Does he do it? Oh, he does? Oh, not like my Bill. I'll hit him with a fucking hammer. He'll never take that trash out. Just seems like, am I right, Electra, about the group thought here? Sounds more like a group
yeah, every time my girlfriends start talking shit on their husbands, I just change the subject because I really don't want to hear it. It's none of my business. It's every time. That's why I don't have very many girlfriends, because all they do is just talk smack on their husbands and complain and bitch and moan. And it's like, really? I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Ball and chain. I think that's where that term came from.
Who they should be in marriages and what it looks like to be a good mom versus a good dad. And we know the bar for moms is way up here and the bar for dads is way down here. And we fell into these norms.
Wow,
we fell
that's
into
a
these
bit much.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a stereotyping hard. That's why I saw it was group thought, because this does not sound like an individual looking at her own life and experience and working with a partner, and there's give and take and push and pull, but there's an agreement. You know, the agreement seems to be the children. Like, if the children weren't around, she would not be like jumping through these hoops to explain why she has to deal with this horrible man. She would just leave him.
She's not straight in her head. She's not living in reality. The fact that he works, he has a job, he does stuff around the house, he does help with the kids, he takes them to school, he does this and that, and she doesn't realize that he's doing a whole bunch, because there are men out there, and I have left a relationship before because I didn't want to be his mother, and I felt like his mom, because he didn't have a job and he wasn't doing anything around the house, and it was like, I don't need a kid, I need a man. But sounds like this guy's doing a lot, and so she's kind of just snitching on herself and her unrealistic expectations.
Sounds like he is in a partnership and she is in a dictatorship or some sort of different ruling class than he is, because he's like, yes, ma'am, what would you like? As you wish. I mean, he's Wesley in that movie, and she is just, you shouldn't have to ask. She's Madonna in Truth and Dare. If you have to ask, I don't want it. Oh, that can get awful grapey if we don't ask. And also, we're idiots, so we can make mistakes that are like relationship damaging. And then you will be like, why didn't you ask? And we'll be like, well, you got mad at me when I asked the last. See, we are in a bad position here, guys, because you give us a binary choice, and either way we go, there is a saw headed towards our face.
Roles in our family, despite the fact that we never wanted to. And I'm lucky, and I say lucky because I have a partner who I know loves me and wants me to be happy and was willing and able to change. And so we did the work to figure out what equity looked like in our relationship. And I can tell you,
I bet that was so fun for him. Oh my God, the joy he had learning about the equity of the relationship as he is driving your kids to school, doing everything that you ask him to do.
now, 3 years later, that we are happier than ever. Our kids are thriving. Our home runs like a well-oiled machine. And that took a lot of work. I want to say it took like 18 months to get there. And it was well worth it. But it is not uncommon. And so if your wife is coming to you and she's saying, I'm burnt out by the mental load and I need you to do more, she's not just saying that because she wants you to do more chores. She's saying that because truly it can hurt your relationship. It can ruin.
You got to tell her to take it to the penis. Take the complaints to the penis. You
right,
got a
but
complaint?
no woman's going to take the complaint to the penis until she's got her wants and needs met. Like,
but this is why women. But this is why women don't understand men. Because if you took the complaints to the penis, we would then, after the penis heard the complaints and the penis was satiated, then we'd jump right to it. Right to it.
So basically, just talk straight to the penis.
Talk to the penis. It's a microphone into the men's soul.
Yes. Okay. It's a microphone into their soul.
Yes. The face is just a mask. Nothing there. Emptiness. Talking to the penis.
In your marriage, if you do not participate in an equitable way in your home. And so what does that look like? What does it look like to change these dynamics?
I don't like her hand gestures. I really don't. Yeah, I don't like her at all.
And they hit it in the chat too. Too much, Mr. Blue Sky. Too much of the word equity. If you're using that word more than once a lifetime, then you're trying to score points in an unfair way. You're always, there's always inequities in every relationship. There's always inequities in every sort of, between two people. And to exploit those to sort of make the marriage look the way you want to look it so you can then run to your hoe friends and being like, well, I got Georgie under control. He still fucks up and I still hate him, but look at my control. That's like the love now. And so, and then by the way, now that Georgie's under control and he poses no threat, it's time to go get that boy with the abs because you don't excite me anymore, Georgie. That's coming. Georgie, you used to just do things without asking me and that made me angry. Now I don't even have to ask and it's boring. I'm fucking the mailman. That's coming.
Mr. Squatch, this is what I was gonna say if I can bring this up. Okay. She's not hot enough to tolerate this crap. Oh shit, I moved. Oh, everything's frozen on my computer is breaking.
Yeah, I didn't take that down. It just the computer. I didn't touch it. All right, let's listen to more of this.
But we need to really
just the fact that she's talking like this and thinks like, oh, if I leave my husband, I'll find someone better and he'll do everything and he'll be hotter and he'll be younger and he'll do so much. Like these people are insane. They're not going to find that. They're just not.
People, honestly, a contract between a deity we have yet to proven through the physical art of science and another person and the government seems like a bad contract. You can just go sign a contract with someone to get all the rights of a marriage, but stay away from this other nonsense that locks you in, which gives you these resentments where eventually you're on TikTok describing how now you control your husband and he is ballless. I'm sure his friends haven't made fun of him for that.
Assess in our homes what the work looks like. Because in most homes, the data supports this, women do a disproportionate amount of the work. They just do. They do more of the cooking and the cleaning and the laundry and the childcare while also working full time. And men have...
What's the bargain there? She puts it while working full time. No, I don't think that's a lot of it. I think a lot of women work less so they can stay. What she's describing, she has 4 kids. Working full time.
She's saying she works full time and does most of the work at the house. That's what she's saying.
Yeah. So she.
That's her perspective.
Right, and it was her choice to load up her life like that, right? And so the fact that he's not helping her with the load that she created, not like a group creation, not like a partnership. I mean, doesn't sound very equitable. Thank you.
Well, it was both of their choices to have 4 children.
He's not clear of guilt here. He chose this one. You get what you get when you choose,
Their hobbies, like golf, for example, or just working out, running a marathon, right? And so we need to have hard conversations about what our time looks like, what our labor in the home looks like.
I.e., you get to do nothing fun. We need to have a discussion about what time looks like. Means, men, throw everything fun you have away. You have no more use for
it. What is invisible labor? We have to talk about these things. And when we don't, the alternative is that you no longer have a marriage or you don't have a happy one.
She makes
at
me
least.
embarrassed to be a fucking woman, honestly. The way
That's
that
what I
she
call her
talks.
blowjobs, invisible labor, because they don't happen. I mean, that would be
Yeah.
my argument. You better be blowing this dude 5 times a day for this kind of bitch.
And so I share this story because I don't think I'm alone in this experience, and I want
No, there's many cunts out in this wonderful country.
people to know that there's hope and that if you have a willing and able partner, you can change this.
Break their spine and then dance all over what's left.
You can absolutely change this dynamic.
All right, guys, did we learn something there? I think
I'm just confused. Do these women act like this before they get married? Is that how they talk to their men before they get married?
no.
And then
Oh,
the
no,
men still
no.
marry them?
No, well, if you heard, this is a high school couple. So they both met when they were young, dumb, and full of pre-cum. And then, she gets indoctrinated into womanhood by her friends, by, other women magazines and sort of other TikToks that are like, nope, this is how you be a woman. This is what a relationship's supposed to look like. And then she's looking at her happy relationship and being like, well, I'm not ordering him around enough. He's not doing and he has to ask to take out the trash. It's just.
I mean, if she just came out and said, like, having 4 kids is a lot more work than I thought it was going to be, and I'm having a really hard time. Is there something?
Yeah.
Can you help me?
Yeah, you
Please.
stretch this pussy out, you owe me. I get that argument. That argument makes sense.
That would have been
But-
an argument I could roll with, but
Right.
it's not even an argument. It's just a request. It's like, I'm drowning here. Please, I need something's got to change. I don't know what. Let's figure it out, please.
Pretty soon
That
here
is
we're gonna
something to say, not he needs to do more. That's the.
Right.
I'm sure that's the only problem in the relationship, right, chick? It's the only
I would have
problem.
loved to. I would have loved to seen like his response, his TikTok response to that. But of course, ballless man as he is, he's like, yes. Oh, you put up a TikTok about how ballless I am. Oh, that's a good idea, honey. Okay.
Unfortunately, he might be not ballless, but he just doesn't want to have to deal with her wrath because she's a fucking psychopath.
He's looking at an option like dealing with this or devastating single apartment, and not being around my 4 kids ever. So the choice for a man is so devastating. And so that's why men will always stick it out, because the other option is so bad. But for women, the option is kind of great. So I get his money. I don't got to work for. I get his house, and I get the kids, which means I get final say in every decision in his life.
But I just
for
don't
the next
understand
18
where
years.
she gets off blaming him for everything. Like, she's not taking any responsibility in it at all. That's just a mindset of a princess. She thinks she's a fucking princess and she should be given everything that she wants. Like, that's just not real life. You're not a princess.
You almost want her to go test her theories just so she can get out in the real world and see how hard it is to, that he's going to, being a good man, say she divorces him, being a solid dude, guy that takes care of his kids, he ain't going to have any problem finding a lady. She, on the other hand, with 4 kids and the debt of baggage that she's built up in her own life, she's going to have some problems. So you might want to stick that one out, lady, and be a little nicer to your man. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Show him some respect.
Yeah.
Stop being a cunt.
I think we have fixed this problem.
And respect
talk
equals
to the
penis as a microphone.
Talk to the penis.
Yes.
Ladies, talk to the penis. You're talking to the man and we're confused. Talk to the penis, we'll understand. All right, let's look at a cool instrument from one of these TED Talks.
Okay.
Some music after Terrible Woman.
When I press a pad,
Thank you.
it's it cries.
So he put a bunch of MIDI pads on his fucking cello, which is awesome. I've seen other guys do this. There was a guy that put MIDI pads all over like a jacket and played his jacket. Because all it does is it triggers just like a piano or a MIDI piano. Just triggers the signal for whatever you put in for that.
It sends a message to my computer, and that tells the software what sound to play. So I go about finding sounds or creating sounds, like this is my voice recorded here. And I lay sounds out on the 12 pads of database, and then I just play around and add and subtract things until I feel like I have something I can make music with.
Wow.
pretty
That's
fucking
badass.
awesome. Yeah.
You know
Send
what?
that over.
I just saw that we got a super chat, and I don't think we put it up. Did we?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh,
Star Junkster.
Junkster. Thank you.
Second cat fun. Thank you so much. Yes, and we have already started the third cat fun. We have many.
No,
cat
the
funs.
computer fund has to come at same time.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. We're still doing that.
Thank you
Computers
for the
are
second cat
expensive.
fund, though.
My God, yes. Thank you so much. All right, and now coming up next, I don't know what. We've all been here, people. We've all been here. You're just walking through a nature stream, and this happens to you. I mean, if I had a nickel.
Motherfucker, me acaba de pasar. Vean, no está nada de hondo, vean aquí. Mira.
What is he saying?
What?
Okay, you speak Spanish, yes?
Some started over.
Okay, let's do it. This is also our segment of DJ Electra translating. What did he say?
Motherfucker, me acaba de pasar.
All right, what was that? That sounded like motherfucker.
Honestly, I can't hear because my computer stops every 5 seconds.
No, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
can you play it one more time? I'll try again.
Cool. Okay, here we go. Well, it was just here.
Vean, no está nada de hondo, vean aquí. Mira. Vean, no está nada de hondo. Y ve, estoy bien enterrado, chinguen a su madre.
You know, you're just chilling by the river. That's what I hear him saying.
Good. There's nothing here. Nothing.
Yeah, no, nothing. Just chilling by the river.
Fuck
And then
your
all of a
mother.
sudden-
Then he said, fuck your mother.
And then we've all been here.
Madre, mi caballo.
You pan over,
My
your
horse.
the horse is sinking and open up his neck. In quicksand. Oh no!
Ayúdenme. Estoy enterrado. Me está comiendo la tierra.
Taco
What is
Bell
he
la
saying?
tierra.
He said Taco Bell? What?
Yeah.
He really said Taco Bell? That's funny.
No,
All right.
I don't know what he said. I honestly can't hear it.
I think that's funny though. Like he's just like a Spanish guy pitching, slapping the water. Like it's just 2 inches of water. What the fuck's going on? And he flashes.
Yeah,
over his
he's
horse
like,
is
look,
drowning.
it looks good. It looks fine. But my horse.
My horse, El Cabana, or is it El Caballo?
Exactly.
Okay.
That was like never-ending story. Artaz.
Yes. Way to bring it down now. God damn, I'm gonna. All right, moving on. Are we ready for another
Great
crazy
alien.
wife?
That was a very good point. Thank you.
Yes, I love never-ending story. Are we ready for another crazy wife? Now this one is a little more brazen. So I think if we were doing a spectrum, that one is like a little more. The last one we watched is like, why do I got to deal with this bitch? I wish she would just come out and say what she wants. What do you want? Well, then you run into a bitch that's like, I want $1,200 a week for my services of being your wife and the mother to your children. And you're like, well, that's oddly specific. And she's like, I have a receipt.
I charge my husband $1,200 every week for stay-at-home mom services. Let me show you.
Okay. A, she's a little downsy looking, which is interesting. B, whoa, what? No, so this is the other end of the argument, though, where the man has just had it. Enough with the games. Tell me what you need per week with decimal points.
Wait, did
so
she
we don't
say
have to-
per week or per month?
Per week. $5,000 per month.
So she's getting, almost $5,000 a month, and most jobs don't pay that much.
Well, Electra, she's going to break down in very, very great detail the cost of each individual thing she does for her husband. Non-sex stuff.
Everything written down, so
I'm sure that's free.
I'm embarrassed for her.
starting off with the biggest one, I would say, is dishes. I do $25 a load, and I do that 3 times a day, 7 days a week. And that's a total of $525.
I'm telling her husband now I will undercut her by $5. I will do that 3 times a day, $25 each. I will do it 70. I'll come in every day. I'll wash your dishes, $70 a day. Put this bitch out of business.
I charge him a fee of $100 a week for a personal chef because I do cook and clean for everybody here. I do pack his breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
You signed up for that.
That's for better or for worse, for billing and into collection.
At home, I do take care of my baby all day, and
she does that.
You also had the baby, so you have
charges
to take care of it.
For childcare for her own baby. She charges $50 a day, so $250 a week childcare for her own child.
That's ridiculous.
I do charge them $50 a day. Another big one is floor cleaning. Floor cleaning is a big one for me because I do have a baby that just started walking, so I try to keep the floor very clean.
It's your floor you're walking around in all day. Why does he have to pay you to clean?
As much as I can. I do it 2 to 3 times a week, $10 a day, so that's $20 to $30 a week.
Oh, actually that one seems fair. That one seems kind of like a discount. If I could pay someone $30 a week to sweep up my place, I might do it.
Laundry is another big one for me and in our house. Laundry, I do $50 a load, and I usually do
$50 a load?
That, I want to say 2 times a week, so that's about $100 a week. Groceries, I do sometimes order on curbside, but usually I do like to go to the store and pick out my groceries.
Well, sometimes she orders curbside. At least she didn't say she gets them delivered to the house. I was going to be like, bitch, you can't charge for that.
I do charge them $50 a week just for going grocery shopping and then unloading everything and then putting everything away when I get home. I do have 2 dogs.
This is a man that does not want to talk to his wife.
I'm so confused right now.
Think about like turning every interaction with your significant other into like a transitory, it's a money transaction every time. And so he has literally found a way to not talk to this lady ever. She'll just raise his kids, make his meals. Here's your money. Shut up. That's what's going on here. So that's why I said it was a spectrum, because on this one, the guy is like, shut up. And on the other one is like, tell me everything. What do you need? And both guys are giant fucking losers.
So I don't think they're losers. I don't think they should have to put up with a person like this. So, but I guess they did choose them. They picked them.
Well, yeah. So listen, it's hard to make it through life as a 47-year-old straight man and not have kids or get married. It is fucking my mom. Oh my God, give me 2 decades of just grief. So I understand why guys eventually just, I guess I can pick one just to fit into society. But I'm telling you, as a straight single man of 47, I'm telling this might have been the road you should have gone down, because I still have clarity, sanity, money, and my abs.
$25 dog sitting fee per dog, so that is $50 a week. The bathroom
charges for the dogs. Holy shit.
If I came home and my wife was like, "Oh, I scooped your cat's poop. Here's your bill." Oh my God. I'd be like, "You're eating that poop before you leave here."
Is not a big one. I just do $30 a week only because I just.
Oh, that's not bad. $30 a week.
Only
to clean the bathroom?
$30 a week to clean a bathroom that, if my husband wasn't here, I'd have to clean it anyways, and I wouldn't be getting paid for it. So confused.
I'm just cleaning a bathroom here that 75% of the people that live in this house shit in, and that isn't my husband. So even though he's only 1/4 of the shitting that goes on around here, gonna charge him $30, full price.
One time. I also charge him a car service fee because I do take my babies to the doctor.
At some point, you just say, "I hate him. I hate him." I charge him an ugly fee.
I hate her.
I charge him $5 a second I have to look at his ugly face.
There's appointments, I go buy groceries, I put gas in the car. Any errands that I have to run is considered a car service, so I do charge them only $50 a week.
I want to smack her in the face so bad right now. I really do. Like, I just want to punch her, actually. I've never punched anyone in my entire life, and I want to punch this lady. Actually, I can't even call her a lady. She's not a lady.
I need to know that. I want the sexual menu. Because the sexual price menu, we're not going to get on this, but oh my God, can you imagine if this is just like vacuuming? What a handy versus a reverse handy versus a reverse cowgirl versus in the butt. Like, she's going to have different prices on everything.
Wow.
I want to see her.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Total with about $1,175.
All right, that's the blowjob's over. Put an additional quarter in my ass for another 10 seconds.
To $1,200 a week. I know that may be very little to some people, and you might.
It may be very little. That was the first place you went. I know $5,000 a month for staying at home and raising your own kid seems like
Who does she think she is?
Like a small amount.
I don't understand.
She's on TikTok. When women get on TikTok, they become the queen of England.
Apparently, I'm not. I didn't know this was going on in the world or in this country because I don't watch TikTok, so I didn't know these people existed. These crazy, insane people, but. They do, apparently. Thanks for sharing.
And then the men get sick of them, throw them away, and then they're back in the dating pool for me and you, Both those retarded people that have lived a retarded life together for so long are now free to make our lives retarded if we're lucky enough to pick them. That's why you get a cat at this age.
I'm not dating, so there's no dating pool for me.
No, there's no pool. It is a drip of saliva that's filled with like tobacco. It was a pool, and technically it's still liquid, but you wouldn't want to drink.
A little, but the thing you have to keep in mind is I just started doing these services about 1.5 years ago, maybe, because I just had my baby 1.5 years ago.
Oh, so she just started robbing her husband the day the baby came out of her. All right, let me start this. Like one of those taxi things where you hit, where it starts the fucking tip machine. All right, baby's out. Hit the button.
So I'm hoping once I start having my second baby, maybe I can update those charges maybe a little bit more, because it'll be more of us now in our family.
She's saying this with a straight face. She's joking, right? This is a joke.
This is not satire. I looked deep and hard for the satire and like the comment that would make it all come clear that it was satire. But if you go look at her other videos on her channel, it's just her talking about her kids. It's just her showing her life. This is her.
However, as of now, that is what I do charge. I was sick yesterday and he did buy me some flowers and he did give me my monthly allowance. But
$300 it looked like there. Monthly allowance separate from the $1,200 a week.
that doesn't really count in the
Doesn't count.
service fee of stay-at-home mom.
That's the sexual fees. That's what I wanted. Where's that $300?
Wow, I wonder what this guy does for a living. What does he do?
I don't know what he does, but he has a hooker fetish. And he met a lady that gave him the sickest hooker fetish of all time. I'll bill you for everything. Oh my God, I'm so hard. I'm so hard right now. Can you bill me for being hard right now? Yes. Oh,
She
God.
didn't even talk about any sex or anything. Like,
Well,
she's not.
She's a little downsy, so I'm okay with that.
Of course, I also do charge my husband a stay-at-home wife fee, so let me
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's called the blowjob fee. Stay-at-home wife.
know if you want to see a breakdown of those services and those
I do, but I looked on the page and it wasn't there.
fees in the next video.
I think she kind of figured out, well, maybe I shouldn't.
Did you look at the comments on this?
Yeah, people were like you. This is fake. This is not real. And then one person was like, "Here's her page," and you just click on it. You go to her page. It's real. She talks about this time. It's not. If you're doing a joke, you would be more like that first lady, right? It'd be more direct. She is very nonchalant about this, which makes it seem very real.
Thank you for watching. Bye.
What? Lucky guy. You're a lucky guy.
Important to
Thank you for
remember
being a cunt.
that bitches be crazy.
That's right, Mike. Say it one more
Important
time.
to remember that bitches be crazy.
That's right.
Where did she get the idea that this is like okay, normal, or?
Are you saying you didn't charge the man that impregnated you with all the bills and effort associated with raising your baby? Because you're not a real modern woman, then, Electra. I gotta say, you're a throwback.
I don't understand.
Okay.
My mind is seriously hurting right now.
All right, time to check out an utter fact.
Oh, is
When you
this
say
the
it
bass guy?
When you say it like that, no. You can say it like that though, and it's not offensive. Okay, so
I thought it was German.
this is the most frustrating thing I saw all week. I posted it on Twitter. Imagine, if you will, if I said, let's get a bunch of these guys that are married to these girls who have weak will, no spine. Let's get them in a room and let's build them a spine. But let's do it by just using ChatGPT phrases that Andrew Tate may have used. And we're going to make a commercial out of this. And then we're going to try to get people to buy packages that cost thousands of dollars to come to this event and learn how to be a man. Electra, is that something that you would be interested in watching? Do you want to know how men become men in 2025? This is how men can become men in 2025.
Okay.
And
yeah,
both
let's
of
check it out.
both of these crazy women that we've just seen, their husbands should really pay attention, because this is how you get your balls back. And it's utterly the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. And The cringe and douche chills I get from this are enormous. Enjoy. I'm already douche chilled out. 7,000 men banging on tables.
It's not the critic who counts, not the man.
This fucking guy. All right, not the critic that count, not the man in the. We've all heard this man in the fucking gladiator, man in the warrior bullshit. This is like ChatGPT regurgitated this thing to a bunch of pussified, ballless men, and now we gotta go spend $1,200 to get our dicks back. This is insane.
And sitting in the stands, pointing fingers, whispering from the shadows. Not the one who talks, but the one who bleeds. Not the one who watches, but the one who builds. Not the one who plays it safe, but the man in the arena. The man who rises, falls, and rises again. The man who goes to war, not with the world, but with himself. The man who refuses to be weak. The man who chooses power over excuses. The man who will either triumph or die trying.
The man who will tell that bitch to stop charging him for washing the goddamn dishes. You ate, I didn't. Why are you charging me to wash the dishes?
The question is, are you that man? Because in May 2025, the call has gone out, and
1 month, people. 1 month.
Only the strongest men will answer. Only the men willing to put it all on the line will stand shoulder to shoulder.
And you put your card on file because it's going to be $1,500.
In an arena unlike anything you've ever seen before. For the
all right. What did he just write there? Funnel ficture. That's AI. That is not funnel fictor. Funnel fictor. Men, when you get together and you're making plans, you got to write funnel fictor on the plan.
What does that mean?
It means nothing. It means they threw together an AI commercial with AI words that mean nothing. It's a funnel factor.
The first time.
That's ridiculous.
7,000 plus men will gather in one place.
Gay.
Dressed for war, standing for freedom, fighting for their power, their peace,
Dressed
their
for
families,
war in their
their
tuxedos?
What is he saying? Fighting for peace, threatening war, standing for their families. What are you saying? What does this mean? We're a minute in. All I know is I'm looking around, I'm seeing a bunch of dudes. Where are the ladies at? What kind of conference is this?
This is not another seminar. This is not another motivational speech. This is war. A war for freedom.
It's a war. It's a man war.
Freedom. A war.
Man love war.
War for power. A war for the souls of men. The men on that stage have walked this path.
Guys, I'll bend over and you can take my soul, the soul of my man.
These are the strongest leaders and the most dangerous men, the kings, the warriors, and the builders of movements. They have fought. They have won.
ChatGPT, give me the lamest man speech ever. All right, you sure? Yeah, all right. Perfect.
They have lost, and they have risen again. And now they are coming.
They have lost and risen again. So, calling all those losers, we got something for you. That's the second time he's mentioned. You fall down. You're a piece of shit. Your wife charges you for baby duties. Get over here, warrior. It's war.
For you. To call you forward, to wake you the fuck up, to put the weight of your life back in your hands. This event is about personal power to produce. Because weak men build nothing. Weak men lead nothing. Weak men create nothing. But you are not weak. You are a builder, a leader, a creator.
I'm a builder. I'm not weak. He said it. I feel like a warrior today. So as ridiculous as those women in those videos are, this is what they're dealing with. So, I mean, we're all...
Look, it's our co-host, Funnel Factor.
Funnel Factor.
Hi, Funnel Factor.
It is a grinder name, that is for sure.
Funnel Factor.
I have a very, very tight funnel factor, if you get my drift. You're going to need a little lube to get in my funnel factor.
And the man in the arena, and you will step into your...
You're going to need some lube to get your man in my arena, if you know what I mean. Inside my funnel factor.
True fucking power. Right now, you have two...
True fucking power requires a little lube to get the man in my arena.
Choices. Ignore this. Close your tab. Go back to your comfortable, disconnected, exhausted life. Or you step up. You make the investment. You claim your place.
Make the investment. Oh, catch that.
Place in the arena. This is your moment because history doesn't remember spectators.
History doesn't remember spectators. It remembers spitters. Quit spitting on me.
There's men who fought, who bled, who built legacies and outlived them. Which one will you be? The man in the arena is waiting.
How do you outlive... hold on. The men that built legacies and then outlived them. I think he's got that backwards. You don't build a legacy and then outlive it. The legacy... Wait a second. The legacy outlives you.
Doesn't
right?
the legacy happens when you die?
Yes, that
That's
happens.
when it becomes a legacy, I thought.
You outlive your legacy means you have fallen again. That's Stuttering John outlived his legacy. You know what I'm saying? He was something. He became something else. He outlived it. Again, he's calling from fucking Luke.
Event is coming. The seats are limited. The time to commit is now. Click on the link and secure your seat for the Man in the Arena tour.
Or I will drool all over you.
Now.
All right, Electra. Men out there, are you excited? I'm hard.
That looks so educational. How to be a man.
I mean,
Learn
ladies,
from that guy.
ladies, if you ever want to pick a man that you can control and dominate over in the way that you want, I got 7,000 guys for you. They can't figure it out. They're going to a conference because they can't figure out how to live.
Yeah, you can start going to those conferences into the bar area and meeting all these guys after their conference.
Yes. It'll be a grinder party before you know it. All right, speaking of parties, it's that time, folks. We try to play this man's music once a week. Our boy Buried Alive. No more needs to be said. Modern Jimi Hendrix. Here we go. Mix of Hendrix and Skrillex a little bit. I like that. Yeah. So colorful, too. Better than Buckethead, I said it. That's a new guitar, too.
Wow.
This is the stuff I love with him. He actually just goes musical.
It's using different guitars.
My mind bends. Always the fucking best. That is Buried Alive. You can find him on YouTube at Buried Alive. Him and his wife, they make songs together. And for my money, it's the best musician on the YouTubes. So go check him out. He's been doing it.
I sent him to my my ex, my baby daddy. We haven't been together in 25 years, but he plays guitar and he's in a metal band and so I sent him that and what was his response? He said, let me look.
Hold on, before you say it, any guitar player that ever sees this guy falls in love. So I'm talking Tom Morello to Buckethead. So my guess, he loved him.
He said, "This is nuts." That means he liked it.
Yeah, because what I think you see as maybe like, people that aren't full musicians at this level, there's very few. But we see there with him is such control. The stops, the silence that he can create. Most shredders will just continue to shred and shred and shred. Look how fast it is. He puts silence in there. He has a whole effect system. There was a video. Maybe I should do that next. I'll pull that video. He describes his whole effect system and how he gets some of those tones. Some of it comes in post, especially like on that song specifically, you could tell there was a gate because when his playing would stop, it just went to 0. There was no guitar sound at all. And so
so the amp is completely taken away.
So, but he has a gate in his pedals too. So he has like a digital gate. And so some of it is created with the pedals and some of it is created with the post-production.
Can we share screen right now and watch that video?
No, because I got to find it. And it's one from like 5 years ago, and he has hundreds of videos.
Oh.
It would take me, because I've watched, I would say yes if I hadn't watched all this guy's videos. And so I have to like, because it wasn't like described. It was just in one of his videos. Hey, so you guys want to see my setup? And so it was like at the end of a song, I got to find it. It will be on the next one. I promise that I'll try to find that. I promise I will try to find it. But he uses a huge amount of digital effects and also post effects. But everything that he plays is real. That's why.
He's really playing that.
No, that's. I mean, there actually has been lately on the guitar YouTube side a lot of scandals with people playing like this and it being fake, but it's them like speeding up the tape, or it's them like playing false notes that when other people play what they played, it doesn't produce the same sounds, and so essentially they're faking.
So some people made it digitally and then pretended like they were playing it on a guitar?
Correct. But now there's a whole group of people that are out there looking for those people to embarrass them. And so it's kind of like the internet corrects itself. And so you just kind of wait for the next thing to wipe out the thing that you don't like. And it will assuredly happen. Electra, you did submit a question of the day. Would you like to?
Well, I wanted to tell you that, I've been exporting that video from, it's only like a 6-minute video or
for an hour.
Yeah. An hour and 40 minutes I've been exporting it, you guys, and it's halfway done.
Yeah, it might not get done before the show, but next week, oh my God, the clips we got coming for you. But Electra,
I really want to play them.
Well, I understand, but
I can't.
we're under the constraints.
Just kidding.
Time is a bitch.
The question of the day. I was in the middle of the night up and just thinking like, what's the meaning of fucking life?
All right. Well, here's DJ Electra's question of the day, which we will answer with clarity and precision.
Okay.
See, I was not precise yet.
You got it.
Is happiness the goal of life? No. It shouldn't be. Is my answer.
Okay.
Your answer, Electra? It should not be.
And why?
Because happiness is like climbing a ladder. And being sad is like jumping into a pool or jumping into a hole. Let's say a hole. So climbing a ladder or jumping a hole. My philosophy is stay on the ground. Balance. Don't reach for things. If you're not happy or you're not sad, learn that that's actually a totally balanced position and you're good. Happiness has nowhere to go but to fall back to the ground. And the hole, you have nowhere to go but up. And so if it's work. And if you're lazy, which most of us are humans, we are very lazy creatures, I find baseline normalcy to just be neutral. I am not happy. I am not sad. I don't want to off myself because the world is terrible. And I don't think I'm the president of the universe because my ego's out of control. I exist right in the middle. That allows me to see when things are good or bad and react to them in a more measured way, knowing that the goal is to eventually get back down to here to zero or back up to here to zero because it's easier to get to the other peaks at zero. The peak from full depression to total happy is the full spectrum. But if you're at neutral, it's only half the spectrum. So don't try to be happy, I guess is what I'm saying. Try to be neutral. It's a much more attainable thing to go towards. And in the end, because you're in neutral, you can choose to go up. Oh, I'm going to be happy about this. I'm going to be happy about this. To try to sustain in life in that happiness place, always constantly trying to keep yourself afloat in that place, that's a waste of energy. What a good question, Electra. What is your thoughts on it?
Well, that is actually interesting that you say that, because that's called the happiness paradox. The fact that the happier that you think that you always are going to fall back down to a baseline. It might not even be a sad place. It might just be the baseline. And that feels like a drop, though, which is weird. But I don't sit around thinking like, oh, I'm so happy today. But I'm just content. Like, I'm just chill and cool.
That's another way. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
What's going on? Because even though I could be super bummed out about shit, I'm not. Some days I am, but usually I'm not. Usually I'm just like, oh, okay, this is just how it is. And I'm not like reaching to find some happiness, because I feel like I already am happy. And that's what the second part of the question is.
There's
a part 2. If you're always searching for happiness, does that mean you are not currently happy?
See, again, when you live in neutral space, happiness can be a surprise. Happiness works best when it is a surprise. When it's unexpected happiness is the best kind of happiness, wouldn't you say? Because it washes over you, and your endorphins are like, I didn't expect this. So if you come from a place of neutrality at all times, the expectation is that, oh, well, I don't expect to always be happy, so when it's here, that's amazing. So I think expectation is the key to this question of the day. What is your expectation of the goal of life? If your expectation is to always be happy, you are going to be sad. If your expectation is to always be sad, you're going to be annoyed, because things that are going to happen in life that actually make you happy are going to annoy you. But if your expectation is just to ride it out and look for times to be happy, but if it's not there, I'm fine here. This is what. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, Aristotle, he said that happiness, or eudaimonia, he called it, was the highest good and ultimate purpose of human life.
Yeah,
But he argued that it's achieved through the cultivation of virtue and the fulfillment of one's potential. Like, there's so many people have talked so much about this subject, but I just feel like the more you try to get it in your grasp, the more elusive it is, if that's your main goal. And it's not for me. It's just I see people that are always trying to achieve something, or do the make more money, get more things to get happy. And that's what capitalism teaches us.
Yeah.
And
you ever been to a carnival, Electra?
Yeah.
You know that thing that they give you a mallet and you hit, and then it goes up and it goes, ding, and you're like a strong man?
Yeah.
That's happiness. Happiness is a blip, right? People looking for happiness, the metaphor would be like, you take that hammer and you hold it down as hard as you can on that pressure plate, and you just strain there holding it, just so that that thing stays above a certain point. That's what, like, trying to have an expectation to be happy is. You're putting pressure on your life all the time to keep it above this certain point, as opposed to let it just be a bing, just one hit, and then ding, oh, you're happy, then it comes back down. But if you set that expectation about life in general, I think you can have fun with the bad times too. And I would say that musicians often experiment around with this. I often experiment around with this. Living in the hole for creative purposes, because I know that I can just walk back up to neutral when I want. Maybe not all the time when I want. Sometimes I'm like, in this fucking hole again. But the point being is, like, because I have the expectation in the to live my life in that middle area, and I also am an artist who likes sad songs and writing about sad ideas and songs and life when we die, and this thing is really precious and unique. I sometimes will walk down to the hole and see what I can learn about myself, because I have faith that I've set the expectations not to be like, I got to live in happiness all the time. I got to push down on this pressure plate to keep that fucking thing close to the top all the time. No, I'll take some hits down the bottom. I'll take a few L's to know what life is really like. Wilt Chamberlain said, "You learn more by losing. You learn more by losing." Thank you. Electra, what a question of the day. Oh, so deep.
I feel like having meaning in life is more fulfilling than happiness.
100%. 100%. Well, if you go to like old folks' homes, and go ask about the people that they're talking about the things in life. Even my dad on his deathbed, drugs coursing through his brain, so all he can think about is whatever pops into the top of his brain. And guess what popped to the top of his brain? Where it was most useful, where his impact mattered the most. Like big meetings where he's making decisions or moving the family or something. And
did he realize that he made a big impact in your life?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean,
that's good.
One of the really cool things is I got a tattoo of him on my leg, and he's like an anti-tattoo guy, but I'm so glad I did it because it was the one time where he goes, you like me that much? I'm like, yeah, Dad, I love you. And so it was a way to like break through that ice because he was from a total different generation and a total different way of thinking, and his love was, rare and not often given because it wasn't given by his dad, but my God, did he love me. And he showed me by his actions, right? So he didn't show me by living in happiness all the time. He showed me by just being normal and then having bad times and recovering. And, oh, that's how you do it. He showed me by doing it, not by trying to tell me to be happy all the time or trying to convince me that this life is about happiness all the time, because it's not. It's actually the opposite. And that's why when you get that hammer in your hand and life gives you opportunity to bang that shit and go, ding, do it, enjoy it. But no, that's about as fast as it goes, right? Until your mind is ready for the next one. And that's just human nature. That's why we're here. If we didn't yearn for that constant ding, then we probably wouldn't have made it this far as a species. So what a question, Electra.
Yeah.
Question of the day.
I have a follow-up question. It's not related.
No. People are probably sick of my answering these questions.
No, this one's different. It's easier. What are the senses?
8 inches. What?
What
are the senses?
Yeah. Like the senses that we have as humans.
Okay, so I know there's 5 of them because we made a joke that Mike has the 6th sense of comedy. So 5 senses would be touch, taste, smell, hearing, seeing, vision.
Good. Okay, so those are the 5 that people always talk about. But did you know there's more than 5?
Yes.
Can you name any of the other ones?
No. But I know there's more than 5, but because most of them are vestigial, meaning that we used them more when we lived in nature. Like we could see at night better thousands of years ago because we didn't have city lights yet. And,
that's still vision, but
Goddamn.
That's a good example. But I have some of them. I can name some of them for you. I might not be able to say the names though, but balance is a sense. So equilibrioception. Equilibrioception.
No, balance is definitely a sense. I mean, the vast difference between people on this planet that have balance versus those that don't does seem like a sense. It's like a natural,
right? And it also helps you to maintain spatial orientation. So if we didn't have balance, we wouldn't be able to figure out where we were in space and gravity and all this other stuff.
Yeah, balance is actually probably the deepest one when you think about it because it's the one that's in tune with the cosmos.
There's more. Okay, so that one is based on your inner ear, too, by the way. Just the vestibular system in your inner ear.
Which is also based on vibrations, which is also based on the Big Bang. It all comes back to I was writing a 7th grade science class.
That's why I had to bring this up once I read about this. So then there's pain, which is nociception. So it detects signals from damaged tissue or the threat of damage, leading to the perception of pain.
And mental
pain,
too.
So that we don't injure ourselves.
And mental pain, there's a real deal, too. So, yeah, okay, that's a sense.
Yeah. And then there's proprioception. Do you know what that is?
That's horny.
No?
Oh,
Close.
Okay.
Try again. No.
Not horny.
It's the sense of where your body parts are in space.
No, I got it.
So it's how we can move and walk and do things without looking at our limbs. We don't have to look at our arms or our legs to figure out where they're going. We just know where they're going.
Also, how we eat.
That's
We
proprioception.
don't
Yeah, we don't have
really.
to look at our mouth.
Yeah.
Imagine if we had to like look in a mirror to eat.
No.
You know, because like I have
Oh.
to look in a mirror to put on lipstick, but not to eat.
By the way, that is a diet plan right there. If you, it's called the Face Your Fat Fucking Self diet plan. where
Look
you
in the
just put a
mirror while you eat.
Oh my god! I think we hit on something. Guys, let's get 7,000 men into arena. Let's put a mirror in front of their face and say, "You're the asshole." I think that's it. I think we.
And then there's
we
the
got
sense
it
of temperature, which is called thermoception.
Okay, that one's now we're reaching, I think, a little bit, but okay.
There's and then this one, vibration, mechanoreception. It allows us to detect vibrations through specialized receptors in the skin and other tissues.
Yeah, that's like one of the vestigial ones. Like I guarantee if you looked at like a human like 10,000 years ago, we had crazy senses. You know, we running at night over sharp rock and seeing like we would just be cut up and we would be dead. And so yes, that is amazing. Okay, so there are mothers.
So then the last one I want to bring up, there's still way more than this. There's like 30 or something, but
oh my god,
the
like
last
the
one I want to bring up
LGBTQIA just keeps going.
Is a magnetoreception. Guess what that is?
That has to do with the magnetic
fields. Yes,
fields. Yeah, which is another big one, which is kind of balance. Actually, those are kind of the same.
So this one is actually super interesting, and I had never heard of it until today. But it allows creatures to navigate and orient themselves relative to Earth's geomagnetic field.
Yes.
So it's well documented in various animal species, including birds, sea turtles, and certain bacteria, which utilize it for migration and spatial orientation.
Do you know what a geomagnetic field is, Electra?
What?
Do you know what a geomagnetic, the Earth's geomagnetic
Yeah.
field, do you know what creates it?
What creates it? Minerals.
Yes, that at the core of the Earth. So literally like giant rocks in the middle of the Earth give off this like energy when they're fucking near each other that permeates the whole Earth and out to space too. It's pretty bizarre. And we have them in our own body. All sort of UHF signals have them. It's going to be gravitational forces and stuff like that is going to be a way we get power one day. So this last one will eventually be a way that we're going to be able to derive like a 0-point energy from that, from just gravitational forces from rocks in the middle of our goddamn planet.
Right. So like magnetite, you know, some organisms contain magnetite, which is iron, oxygen, and their crystals within their bodies. They have it in their body. So these magnetic particles align with Earth's magnetic field, providing directional information. So it's like they have their own internal compass.
Yeah, y'all thought them crystal hippies were way wrong. They're closer than we think, actually.
Yeah, and then this one, the cryptochrome-based mechanism. This involves cryptochrome.
That's when you
proteins.
buy Bitcoin. That's when you just buy Bitcoin.
This one's cool. They're found in the eyes. When these proteins absorb light, they form pairs of radicals, like free radicals, I guess, whose electron spin is influenced by magnetic fields, potentially aiding in navigation. So it's all about, this is how they are navigating and finding their way around. And electromagnetic induction, movement through Earth's magnetic field can induce electric currents within conductive tissues, which may be detected by electroreceptive systems, aiding in spatial orientation.
Yes. Yep. Also, you can hear the what we call the Big Bang or the sound of the universe.
Magnets make noise.
Yeah, when you
they
throw
do.
on,
it makes noise. Like
we'll throw on the FM or AM radio, and that static in between channels, that's the sound of the universe. That is the sound of the universe coming back at us. Neil deGrasse Tyson taught me that. And so, yeah, that's exactly it. Listen, we seem simple creatures, but the complex maneuverings of the universe to create us and consciousness, you know, you kind of start getting why a lot of people just go with the God thing, because that concept is so hard to get your brain around how big and complex it is. That, there's just a guy, he did it. Oh, it's much simpler. Much, much simpler. I can sleep now. But amazing questions of the day, Electra, and information of the day, I would say. We got both.
Yeah.
It was a twofer.
I know the whole thing is kind of boring. I'm a big science nerd. Sorry, guys, if I was boring you there. But I just thought it was really interesting that magnetism is a sense. And in humans, they've shown that it's not really well established. And I think we've probably lost some of the ability, but there is some geomagnetic stimuli that is subconsciously processed, and magnets and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, magnets. How do they work anyway? Huh? You know what I'm saying? How do they work? Insane Clown Posse was way ahead of their time. All right, so we're here, Electra. We are ensconced in science. So let's just do it. Let's just do some stoner science while we're here.
Yay!
I like science.
We do like science, apparently.
And I'm a stoner.
Oh, we're stoners.
Stoner science.
Yep.
Stoner science.
That fits.
I took a hit from the bomb.
Such a big hit.
Then study quantum physics. Stoner science. Stoner science. We all live. We all die. Might as well have some fun. With stoner science. Stoner science.
We started stoner science a little early there with Electra's list of extra senses, but we'll continue on here in haste. All right. This is crazy. So, you know, I've talked to you before about the fungus that essentially lives under all of us and it connects all the earth. There's like this mycelia that lives under the planet.
Mycelium.
Yes. So scientists have uncovered a trade secret between plants and fungi using these robotics underground, and they're realizing that these fungus and these plants and trees and all this shit, they're sharing chemicals in such a distinct and organized way that it can't be called anything other than communication. The trees be talking to the mushrooms, like for real be talking, with chemicals and things they can literally quantify and be like, that is the same every time. So like, you know how the letter A is the same every time, or the word car is the same every time? They've identified proteins and things transferred through that are the same every time, like a language.
Wow.
And so what you're looking at here
Mycorrhizal fungi are extraordinary organisms receiving billions of tons of carbon from plants which they send down into the soil. They are vital players in the whole planetary ecology, and they're able to solve crazy problems that their lives present them with, but we know so little about how they solve those problems.
What's been a real challenge is just how you image these things, right? They're usually underground and, they grow very slowly. So now we have a system where we have a robot instead of a human being doing the microscopy for us. Within about 3 years now, we've been able to collect as much data as one human being could have collected in 100 years.
Fungi. That's crazy. So, yeah,
that's insane.
We don't even know what robots and AI and that shit is going to find that we have overlooked as simple science, or just even this stuff. Like, how do plants communicate? Are they alive? Are they?
We have figured out a way to make the nutrient-rich fluid in their pipes move in
I got some nutrient-rich fluids in my blood, if you know what I'm saying.
2 directions at the same time. We measured the traffic flows of the speeds at specific coordinates inside this fungal road system. By following some 100,000 trajectories, we discovered that fungi adapted their flows to deal with congestion by actually widening the vessels that acted as major highways and increasing speeds in resource-hungry areas like plant root.
But when a growing tip encounters another branch of the network,
I got a growing tip for you.
They bump into each other and they just fuse. And this turns out to be a very elegant strategy for avoiding overbuilding of their roadways, while also balancing the need to extract nutrients in a given area, while also exploring new areas.
That is some stoner science right there. I'm lost in it, thinking about all the ramifications if we could communicate with fucking plants. If we were able to eventually communicate with plants, our food problems forever are over.
Science.
Babies are dumb, Electra.
Science.
Okay.
I like science.
All right, so what you have here is a 16-hour time lapse. So this whole thing takes out 16 hours of an embryo building a central nervous system. And
wow,
my
okay.
God, it is a trip. This is not pro-life, pro-abort. It has nothing to do with that. Just how life problem solves is fucking fascinating. So 16-hour time lapse. this was all of us at one point. We were this. We were just two like reeds of cells that started connecting.
And I'm a stoner. Stoner science. Stoner science.
What are we? What are we?
From the
Crazy, right?
Then study.
They seem to know where they're going. Through the DNA.
But it looks like a plant growing.
Yeah.
Science.
We are just a mammal plant, I guess.
Might as well have some fun.
Look at the big lines going across.
And the spinal cord.
And look at the bugs. It looks like bugs on the top that are making tissue. What are we?
Stoner science.
We're made by bugs.
Little flies, gnats, flying around.
That's crazy, right? So that was 16 hours, but like in
That's
10
crazy.
seconds. But yeah, so I'm rethinking my whole pro-choice thing because goddamn, that's amazing. Oops, I just killed a fly. Goddamn. All right, I'm back on pro-choice.
Stoner science.
This is a big bomb, Electra.
Okay.
This is the biggest bomb America ever dropped.
Oh,
and I just
shit.
wanted, so Russia did drop a few bombs bigger than this one, hydrogen bomb, known as the Tsar bomb. But this is the biggest bomb America ever dropped. And I always like to watch these things when people are like, oh, all the nuclear stuff is fake. All those pictures are fake. They're fake. They're fake. Yes, there was some done at testing facilities that were fake, obviously, because the camera didn't melt. This is not fake.
I like science. And I'm a stoner. Stoner science.
Let's hope we never see this image again in our lifetime.
I debated it from the bomb.
How scary is that?
Where did they drop it?
I want to say the Bikini Atoll, which is an area. I don't know where Bikini Atoll is. I just know it's like an island. They're nowhere.
Is it like
near
Bikini
anything
Bottoms where SpongeBob lives?
Yes, this is how SpongeBob was made. This particular radiation created a group of living sea animals, talking sea animals.
It's in the Marshall Islands.
We all live, we all die.
That is the scariest thing. I mean, if you really think about that in your hometown or in your city. Oh, come on, humans. We don't have to end that way.
As well have some fun. With stoner science. I like
and there's a picture of it actually too, of the first second of the explosion, which is pretty crazy too. But look at this, just a ball. There it is. So that is the first second of the bomb, thousandth of a second.
That right there?
That is a nuclear explosion in the first thousandth of a second.
Is that? This is gonna sound really stupid. Is that made by gases?
It's made by a
chemical reaction.
It's a chemical reaction. Yeah, thermonuclear chemical reaction. And then I think if we say any more, we're actually helping people build it. So we're just going to leave it there.
Okay, just leaving it there.
Because, YouTube.
I took a hit from the bomb.
But it's alien looking, right? It's alien. It's almost like, I can almost see like an alien baby riding in a spaceship.
It looks like a turnip or a rutabaga or something.
No, or that too. That's the worst veggie that day.
Then study stoner science.
Biggest.
I don't like vegetables.
Stoner science. I like science.
Okay, now we're gonna read some because we like reading, and this goes back. This goes back to the Big Bang Theory here. All right, so groundbreaking research conducted at the University of California connects consciousness, acoustic, and ancient architecture. Now, you tell me this isn't mind-bending stuff. Scientists led by Ian... Well, I leave the blowing to you. Hey, scientists led by Ian Cook examined the effects of tones between 90 hertz and 130 hertz on brain activity. Their findings were remarkable. At 110 hertz, the same frequency predominant in ancient chambers. So, like the pyramid chambers.
Ancient chambers?
Like the pyramid chambers, and like all these old monolithic sites where you go into these rooms. The frequency. Was the activity in the left temporal region associated with language processing was significantly reduced compared to other frequencies. Additionally, the pattern of prefrontal cortex activity shifted from left dominant, analytical, to right dominant, emotional creative. Specifically,
So what does this mean?
At
Wait,
110.
hold on.
The rooms reshape your mind and your thinking from analytical to emotional.
What
they were often
rooms?
these chambers in like the Great Pyramid of Giza and the one in the South American pyramid. There's these rooms that you can go into, the King's Chamber, and they have these weird acoustic properties that scientists have been trying to figure out, well, what's the reason for this? These findings align perfectly with the research discovered at the Hal-Salfieni Hypogeum, clinical neuro, a lot of big words, neurophysiology testing at the University of Italy revealed that exposure to the site's resonant frequencies, so people that stood in these rooms, could physically affect their human brain activity. They reported that volunteers with a frontal lobe prevalence during prevalence. God damn it, I did prevalence again. Prevalence during testing.
That's prevalence.
Okay, I get worried about that one. Prevalence during testing received ideas and thoughts similar to what happened during meditation. So essentially, like going into these rooms, immediately your brain gets thrown into alpha state. While those that occipital lobe prevalence, a visualized image.
Prevalence.
So it kind of depends. Prevalence. God damn, fuck you. The consistent I should have picked something easier. The consistent neurophysiological effects suggest
You're
prehistoric
doing great.
builders were deliberately engineering spaces that induced altered consciousness state. This was their mushrooms. This was their acid. They would build these rooms and then go meditate, and they would trip.
But how did they make the rooms have different hertz?
Right? That's the question.
How can I get a hertz room? I want a hertz room.
The hypogeum 70 hertz resonance corresponds to theta brave frequencies 4 to 8 hertz through harmonic subduction, a process where standing waves generate different tones perceptible to the human central nervous system.
Central nervous system. So you can't hear it. We can't hear that low.
No, but the way I can explain this where you can understand is, if you've ever been in a car that had like 12-inch bass woofers and then you got blasted with bass woofers, right? Most of that sound that is blasting you is at that 4 to 8 hertz that you can't even hear.
No, that's higher than 4 to 8 hertz? Isn't that more at like 20, 30?
It's a little higher, but the 4 to 8 hertz is where you feel that bass. You almost feel it in your heart.
You can't hear it.
You can actually stop a person's heart with enough bass at 4 to 8 hertz frequency. If the amplification of that hertz is loud enough, you can disrupt the human heart. People have gotten like heart attacks from. The first time I ever heard that story is what they used to have bass shows where these cars would show up and they'd just have there'd be like 5 18-inch fucking kickers in the trunk, and so they'd have people sit in it, and one of them, guy sat in it, had a heart attack. And they're like, well, that's weird. And they started doing a study on it, and they realized that so much bass can affect your heart rhythm.
Well, yeah, because the way that your heart like keeps beating is by magnet.
Right. And here's one of these rooms.
A node,
right? So
and it's a electromagnetic node.
Here's a room in a monolithic build from an ancient tribe. I believe this one is in Turkey. And so you can see how they're carved into multiple layers there, creating acoustic corners. And like they knew what they were doing, how they shaped these rooms. And so
that's amazing.
That's one of them. Here's another one. I believe one of these is in China. So also, different parts of the world, people using this technology at different intervals of time. So like one was 10,000 years, one was 5. This is in, I want to say China or Turkey, one of the two. But you can see same sort of construction, building these rooms to go and meditate in, where you literally start meditate, throws your brain into alpha or beta state, and you literally
I thought it was theta.
Theta, sorry, alpha or theta state, and start tripping balls. Huh?
That's crazy. So can we go back? Can we go back to the beginning of that article real quick?
Sure. The very beginning?
Yeah, just the written part. Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I just need to read it one more time.
Okay, yeah.
Scientists
Stoner
led
science
by
often
Ian
requires
Cook.
2 readings.
Sometimes I gotta read it twice. Examine the effects of tones between 90 hertz and 130 hertz on brain activity. Okay, so got it. Their findings were remarkable. At 110 hertz, the same frequency predominant in ancient chambers, activity in the left temporal region associated with language processing was significantly reduced compared to other frequencies. See, so I have epilepsy. I started having seizures when I was 19.
Oh, okay.
And the region of my brain is my left temporal lobe, which is what they're talking about right here.
You need to get yourself a chamber, girl.
I think I do.
Yeah.
But why would okay, so it says that language activity, activity in the left temporal region was significantly reduced. Why would it be reduced? Because you don't need language when you have that type of communication?
Yeah, well, I think that's exactly it. It's a more meditative state. When your language or speaking part of your brain turns down, that's when you can actually get into that more meditative state. So yes, this is something that you should definitely look to. That 110 hertz, we can make sounds with 110 hertz for you and just leave it on in the background behind music or whatever at all times, and you could constantly be in a peaceful place. We might have just solved things for you.
I think so. I think I need that. Either that or it might give me a seizure. Who knows? Well, let's try it out. I'll just be in a padded room.
Yeah, film it, and either way, it's content. So we got to get you in one of these stone chambers.
No, but I've only ever had a seizure when I was sleeping.
Well, that's well.
So
that's
it's also a
bad.
brain frequency that I go into when I'm not conscious.
So what
the
you're
doctors
saying
don't
here,
really, they don't know what to do with it. Like, they don't get it. It doesn't make much sense.
So what could be a possible treatment could be at night when you sleep, white noise at 110 hertz. That could help your brain not get signaled by that, like whatever misses and causes you to, flop like a fish in your bed at night. And so let's try this. Let's figure this out. If stoner science cures you, my God. But it already has.
I would be so excited.
Stoner, I would credit stoner science with already fixing one problem. It wasn't part of the show yet, but I was stoned and I was watching TV when I saw a VW that someone could pass out in. And I texted you.
Yep.
And you're like, oh my gosh, my son could have that. So stoner science works, baby. You get high and you watch science shit and you be like, hey, that might work for you. So,
I love it.
All right. Moving on to now, stem cells. Another thing.
I love stem cells too. I need those.
Now, but what has been the problem with stem cells for a decades?
Oh,
now?
They're saying that it's not moral. The morality.
Yeah, because why? Why?
Because they say that it comes from dead babies, but it's not where it comes from.
Well, but in the past, the best.
It doesn't have to.
But the best scientific use cases of this have come from tissue from baby. Like, so yes, you can use stem cells for other things, but oh my God, it works really well when you use baby tissue. But anyway,
well, because they are brand new virgin stem cells. They've never.
But Electra, what if I told you that's all about to change?
Right, they can make them now.
They might be able to make them now. Hold on. It's stoner science.
But why are they still holding back this science? Because they don't want it to come through. They don't want it to happen.
Well, that day is over because MIT converts skin cells directly into neurons. That's right. So they used to have to use the baby stuff to make the neurons because the other cells wouldn't act as a neuron. They could use them as other things, but they wouldn't act as a neuron. So MIT engineers have developed an efficient method to directly convert skin cells, something that everyone has, into functional neurons, bypassing the time-consuming step of creating stem cells first. Do you understand how big a news that is?
Wow.
This streamlined process, achieving over 1,000% yield in mouse cells, promises to accelerate the production of neurons for cell therapy. The research, which was published by Cell Systems, hold promises for treating conditions like spinal cord injuries. What do you got, Electra? Yeah, all the ones you got. ALS, and where neuron replacement is the key. So anywhere we need neuron replacement as a treatment, just shave some skin cells off, we're good to go. As the researchers note in the abstract of the paper,
spinal cord injuries would be a big one.
Huge. And ALS. I mean, people die of that all the time. Abstract of the paper, the method by which the transcription factors drive cells to the new identities is proven to be elusive historically, what we're talking about here. Given the sparse and stochastic nature of conversion, it's basically hard to turn skin cells into anything other than skin cells. And so to be able to turn them into something else is, I believe, what it's talking about there.
Stochastic means randomly determined, having a random probability distribution or pattern that may be analyzed statistically but may not be predicted.
So now they can predict it. So the MIT researchers were able to transcend that limitation through the development of a bespoke and efficient conversion system that increases the direct conversion of fibroblasts to motor neurons 100-fold. Oh my God, 100-fold fibroblast to motor neuron.
Wow.
I'm hard. I'm fucking hard right now. To demonstrate the functionality of these converted neurons, the team implanted them into the brain of mice in the region known as the striatum. That region is crucial for motor control. Okay, so how mice get around. Within 2 weeks, the implanted neurons not only survived, but also integrated within the existing brain tissue. They also showed electric activity and communication with neighboring their neighbors, and they're welcome to the neighborhood. There was no rejection. There was no dead cells, because a lot of the times these things die and are rejected, and they have to keep doing it, and that's why treatments cost so much, because you need so much of this baby juice. The development hinges on the researchers' discovery that by first pushing skin cells into a hyper-proliferative state before introducing the transcription factors, they dramatically increase receptive to conversion. I could have told you that. The two-stage approach, proliferation followed by identity transformation, proved crucial to achieving the high yield. The team identified the minimal combination of 3 transcription factors necessary for successful neuron conversion, as they allow for more efficiency delivery through a single viral vector.
Whoa,
which
bro.
is huge. Yeah. What makes this approach so powerful? And, it's stony and it's fun, but what makes it powerful is that we're not just improving the efficiency incrementally, we're fundamentally changing the cellular landscape before conversion, explains some biatch, the study's senior author, in a press release. By creating this hyperproliferative cellular state, we are essentially preparing the cells to be more receptive to the transcription factors and drive neurons' identity. This is why we can generate more than, I can't read that word because it's covering, from a single skin cell, which would be impossible with conventional methods. They're doing it.
Wow.
Skin cells can now make brain cells, Electra. That's pretty amazing, don't you
I wish
think?
they could just fix my skin cells.
And there is a picture.
And my brain cells. I need a lot of help. Well, yeah, that's a neuron.
That was a skin cell. That was a scraped skin cell that turned into a neuron.
That's cool.
We are in the Jetsons, people. We're finally there.
Dang.
Took a long time to get there, but I said a lot of big words.
I like science.
My God. A lot of them I didn't know.
And I'm a stoner.
I didn't know any of them.
Stoner science.
And I loved
Wow.
Stoner science.
Mind
I took
blown.
a hit from the bomb.
I mean, think about the good news there. We just like tag you with 110 hertz, give you some skin cells. You're good as new, Electra.
Then study quantum physics.
I mean, that is really the hope, is that we live long enough that we see breakthroughs that, like, in our life, we got the internet. Amazing. Amazing breakthrough. But from what our parents saw, going from no TV to black and white to the internet, that was a real jump. They went from horse-drawn carriages almost, to man on the moon, to the internet and everything we have now. That is, if they're still with us, that is a gap. If you were born like where we were born, we've made like halfway there. But we need that next thing. That's why this generation is so big into ufology, mysticism, whatever it is. We need that other shoe to drop. We need to experience what our parents experienced. That gap of, oh my God, I grew up with typewriters and a dial-up internet, and now we have Android wars. That's where are we with that? So hopefully we will see it in our lifetime, Electra. And hopefully
we've already seen a lot. I mean,
we've seen a lot.
We did go from vinyl to tapes to CDs to
right. So our parents went from no technology to an insane amount of technology.
They had radio.
Not what we would look at as technology. And we went from, Commodores and computers that kind of worked to way better computers. So I'm just saying that we're still in the same ballpark. It's just immensely better. I want a whole new ballpark. I want to go, I can't believe this world exists. Oh my God. Because this world that exists now, I believe that exists. I walk in it. I want to get to the point where I'm walking around like an 80-year-old lady being like, how am I still here? What is this place? That's what I want. And so hopefully we'll get that. And hopefully when it happens, Electra, we'll be stoned.
Stoner science.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't need to see it a lot more. My mind is already blown by the internet and AI.
Right.
Like sometimes it feels overwhelming. Do you ever feel like that? Like it's just so much?
No, because I read hard sci-fi.
Sci-fi.
And if you read hard sci-fi...
Which I've read too. My mom has like floor to ceiling bookshelves of sci-fi.
I'm reading a book right now that uses hard sci-fi to explain the existence of how could a god exist? How could a one thinking creature exist in this universe? And it's almost got me convinced because it only uses science to get there. It takes like 500 million years to do. Like that's how long the book is. But in the end, there's a god, and I'm like,
what book is this?
Yeah, I can see that happening. Oh fuck, what is it called?
Wait. What? It uses science to explain God. To find God?
Yeah, it doesn't use it to explain God. It uses it's a fictional story about how a man was sort of thrown into the midst of time travel, but because this man had sort of came from hundreds of thousands of years ago, and they took his corporeal form away, and he sort of unraveled into a bunch of physics computations, and those physics computations are the ones that sort of lined up with that timeline. Because in this book, everyone's battling to get the final timeline because everyone's discovered that we can go back and forth in the future, but it creates a closed loop. And so there's all these closed loops. Essentially, there's no one timeline. And so they're all fighting to create the one timeline that will wipe out the rest of the timelines. But in that, this guy sort of just kind of becomes pulled apart by the universe. And so he's pulled apart and he exists, but it's like his consciousness is just buried into the fabric of the universe. But then when the universe goes through its dying phase and all the black holes and all the singularities, it rebirths, right? Like a new Big Bang using him as the fuel. And so he is spread all through the universe and he becomes God of this new universe.
What book is that again?
Oh, fuck. I'll get the name of it by the end. It's like one of these End of Time or Children of Time.
Well, if it's right in the other room, can you get it?
It's on my phone. It's an audiobook.
Can you look on your phone?
I will look it up right now. As we why don't you talk to chat and I'll go find it.
Okay. Jerry Lahane says, porn for housewives, romance novels, wet veg. Nope, science for me. Oh, it's Brianna. Hi, Bri. What's up, girl? She says, hey, DJ Electra. It's good to see you. We are talking science. We are nerding out.
Totally.
I was listening the other night. The music was good. And you were good on the show. You guys were great. I think I saw Wood was in here too. Hi, Wood, if you're still here. Good to see you. Oh, there he is. We want to have you guys on the show too. So we're trying to put together a segment where we can do something with music, or I don't know. We could talk about anything probably, and it would be fun, but it would just be cool to do something with music with you guys. And so we're working on that. And Juggalette Jen is in chat also. My computer's freezing, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. That's okay. So the book is called, it's a series. I'm in book 1 of it. It's called The Zeely Sequence. Zeely Sequence. I didn't even mention the Zeely. The Zeely are like a super intelligent alien species that all the people in the universe know about, but no one ever interacts with because they're off doing these huge works that no one knows about. But what they're doing is they're trying to steal the main timeline. Because they're farther along in evolution, so they're trying to steal the original time, knowing that humans and other species will eventually come along and create their own time loop, and then try to make that the prime time loop.
I don't understand, though, what happens when you create this time loop?
Well,
you can go back and forth in time, so you're not stuck at an old age or a young age. You can go back and forth?
Well, so like when you go back in time, you create basically a dead end to where that's not the real reality. It is a real reality. Like it is happening in that plane, but the real reality is still happening prior to your going back in time. And so everyone has these like
so they want to be able to go back in time and change the past?
Well, they want to take this cul-de-sac that is there when they went back in time and changed reality and make that everyone's permanent reality. because
right, so
every time
changed everybody's reality. So change history,
Correct.
basically.
So, but yeah, because just because you go back in time, you only in this book anyway, you only change your history, and it dead ends in the sense where you don't affect other people, the true history of other people. You affect the people that are in your history, but the real people living out there, the real Electra is out in the real reality. So it's kind of like a show in these when you go back in time. Which makes sense because that's how Marvel does time travel. It's like when you travel back in time, it's like the whole Back to the Future thing doesn't work because it can't work like that. You would travel back to a time that they would branch off from the real timeline. And you could go down that until the end of that time, but it wouldn't be the real timeline. Ugh. But it's called the Zelia sequence. Yeah, and really, really good. The Zelia are scary as fuck, so it's got good scary aliens in it too. But yeah, that's Stoner Silence. We have what a show today, Electra. We started with cats and we ended with gobbledygook.
So, yeah, no, I have more too. I wanted to bring up Luigi's chat. TV static is the literal sound of the Big Bang still resonating throughout the universe. Not a joke.
Correct.
So Luigi, I don't know if he's still here. I hope he is, but I have come up because I won the contest, you guys, on Skeptical Robot. We did a bingo on Skeptical Robot about psychics and the manipulative techniques they use. And so I get to, because I won, I get to pick his topic for one of his upcoming shows. So it's funny that you say that, the literal sound of the Big Bang. Because the topic that I wanted to discuss was spirit boxes.
What's a spirit box?
So
it's those things where they talk to you and those ghost shows?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I want him to debunk spirit boxes and sound. And that sort of like, I don't have it exactly perfect yet, but I'll get a
Okay, so I think technically what you're asking here is the show that she wants to do, I think, is to debunk all the technical and scientific devices used in ghost hunting.
Talk to ghosts.
Also, add into that
ghost hunting. Yeah.
The Scientology one, the e-meter, because I debunked.
What
the
is
e-meter.
that called again? The theremin or something?
No, theremin is an instrument. That's called an e-meter, which the Scientology use.
Oh.
Yeah. The theremin is the thing that you put your hands over and it makes that woo.
Oh, that's right. But I thought it was kind of something like that.
No, they put a couple clamps on your nipple, then asked you about your
Are you
homosexual
serious?
experiences,
They put them on
and
your
then
nipple?
blackmail you a week later. No, I don't know. It's not. They don't put it on your nipple, but it is an interesting piece of technology that they use to get blackmail out of you. So I would like to know how that works, Luigi. That is a good lane. She just gave you a really good show. Find all the technical little gadgets for these ghost people that they sell you, and then just debunk them one by one. That is Electra. You did it again. I'd watch that show because I want to know how they work. Like one of them, I believe, just says random words, and then people. That's the
spirit box. So they hold this box, and then I'm not going to debunk it, but anyways, it says random words, and then they take from it what they want. But I want to know exactly
water,
how
station
that
wagon,
works.
white. Did you hear that? It said station wagon. Mom had a station wagon. Yeah, this is very much like the psychic thing.
Yeah, a lot of it, but it's also technology, so it's kind of interesting. But I don't know. I just thought that would be a cool topic, and I don't know if he responded. Is he still in chat?
I believe he's off laying on a carpet somewhere.
Okay, well, Luigi, I'll send it to him. But I liked Mr. Jones' comment too. How is there only 30 people watching? This show is way better than 30 people watching show.
We're about quality over here, not quantity. One of you is you know what this is? This is like 300 over here. This show is like 300. We only need 30
of our
to guard the
viewers
pass.
are just way beyond most viewers. We have
no Hackrider shall die today. No. Welcome to Hackrider.
But thank you, Mr. Jones. That was very nice of you, and that's very sweet of you to say.
And in the end, we'll be betrayed by a hideous monster and be taken down. So, thanks, Luigi. There you go. That's what happened in 300. All right, Electra, we did it. It is done.
My thing is not done. I have 20 seconds left, and then I want to show my shorts. Okay. 20 seconds of downloading. It might be 5 minutes. Do we have something we can show?
We have nothing. We're out. We did cats.
What can we talk about? Ooh, we could show my music video.
Which one?
Oh,
You have
not
so
the
many of
recent one I did. I recorded a song this week, you guys. It's awful.
That's the one I want. Where is it?
No, I can't do it.
Well, now I want it more. Where is it?
I didn't make a video yet.
Oh, okay. Well, what is the one that you just did that I'm looking for?
Tell me about, or ask me about my wiener.
Okay. I can't believe I don't have that handy right off.
You don't.
No, it's I mean, I was singing it this morning, right before the Blind Mike project, but hold
Ask
on, I'm
me
looking.
about my wiener.
See, now I gotta search a wiener on my computer, and that's gonna stay in my search category for quite a while. Bitch. Okay, I found it. Hold on. All right, people, we're gonna ask her about her wiener, or we're gonna listen to the song, ask her about her wiener, why she and we wait for the 5-minute thing to upload 2 hours later to upload.
It's almost done.
Hey, Electra.
11 seconds.
It's long and strong.
You keep asking me daily about something so crazy, it's all in good fun. But it makes me want to give you some. Dive deep where the lights low and let this feeling show. It's starting to grow. Let's see where it goes. Ask me about my wiener. It's chilling long and strong. Ask me about my wiener. Oh, God. Just playing along to the song. Now we're lost in this moment. With laughter we can't stop. Your smile's electric, it glows. Feel the warmth of us and our shows. So don't take it too serious. Let's keep this love mysterious. In a world so tough we still play. I wanna give it to you today. Ask me about my wiener. I'm retarded. It's chilling long and strong. Ask me about my wiener.
You're not able to get the fuck when you want to get the fuck.
Just playing along to the song.
You got a morning woody.
Let's take it easy now. Breathe in, the magic is here. Life's too short, embrace it now. I really wanna hold you near. Ask me about my wiener.
Are you upset that I showed them your cock ring?
It's chilling long and strong.
From a banana.
Yeah, ask me about my wiener.
How's my shmoopy?
Just playing along to the song.
That was the butt king.
Oh, ask me about my wiener.
A fucking masterpiece, Electra.
It's
All
so
right.
random, but it's very catchy, right?
Long and strong is how
It
I
says,
answer. How,
Ask me about my wiener. Chilling long and strong.
that's how, guys, when anyone asks you in public, how you doing? Your mom, dad calls, how you doing? Chilling long and strong is maybe the best way to answer that question I've ever run into. And they're like, what is chilling long and strong? That sounds like your penis. Yes, it is. Chilling long and strong. So thank you. I don't know if that was your lyric. I know you got that from another place, but if
that
was
was my lyric.
Oh,
those
it's
are my lyrics.
fucking brilliant. Just chilling long and
Thanks.
strong.
Thank you.
That's got to be a T-shirt, by the way. I'm gonna put a hot dog, and it's just gonna say "chilling long, chilling long and strong." Okay.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so
and
I'm
how-
putting this in the drive right now. It
It's not
finally
in the
finished,
drive
you
yet?
guys.
Oh, it finally finished rendering.
It took
Okay.
2 hours.
People,
Ugh.
we have been waiting for it. This is going to be content like you cannot. We shouldn't almost do it until they meet a goal, because oh my god, this is something that
Film a cooch. Okay. It's going into the drive right now. It says less than a minute left.
we're doing it, people.
It's
Listen,
gonna
the
be a
best time to-
miracle if my
best
computer makes this work.
But the good news is, like, your computer's worked the whole show, and so we know in the future that you now can work at the same time, which is good to know. Although,
no, that
don't
didn't
bill me
really
for it.
work at the same time, because that should have taken 2 minutes to go from Filmora into my computer to upload.
Did take a minute. It did take a minute. Let me know when
It
it's
took
done.
2
uploading.
hours and 36 minutes.
It took a couple. But that's okay.
2
I'm
hours
sure.
and 36 minutes.
I'm sure the content is so strong that it's worth it.
It's gonna be so disappointing, actually. Like that's why I wanted you guys to
now
see
we have
it.
to watch. Now we have to watch it because I can't. I can't wait to see what we're waiting for. And so, not in there yet. Let me
Okay,
know when
just
it's in.
it's in there right now. It just went in there.
Oh, there it is.
See, guys, this is why we need to donate to the Electra Ladyland Computer Fund, so I can get a computer that matches my skills. It can actually function at my speed and my skill level.
Electra, while I'm grabbing this, tell people about your show on Fridays.
Oh yeah, me and Andrea have a true crime show, and I'm not gonna continue doing it because my computer doesn't work. So
Oh no, sorry,
that's
Andrea.
the problem. No,
good
I'm
while it
serious
lasted.
because I watched it back and I was so upset because even the intro was already glitchy and skipping, and fuck that. Like, no, I'm not doing it. If it can't like be good, I'm not gonna do it.
I respect
I was
that.
so upset with how that went because of my tech, and I'm not gonna do it.
I watched the show, didn't notice all that stuff. Of course, there are little glitches and bleeps and all that stuff. It's just something that we've gone through now for multiple years. You guys are awesome for hanging with us for that. So don't let her quit. Give her support. Let her know that we don't care about the tech. You just want to see her tits on screen. They can be frozen. I don't care. So I'm not going to let you quit. This is how we do.
I've been upset about it for 2 days because
I can tell.
I mean, my laptop worked better, but I didn't really. Actually, no, it didn't.
You
But
weren't running
still.
what you were running on your laptop on your computer. It is time. And what we were almost gonna pull the trigger, and then the GPU shortage came along, and basically the computer that we were looking at doubled in price overnight. And so that went out the window a little bit. But I'm here to support you, and for a modest percentage, we can get you a loan at 40-50% interest. We'll make sure you're paid back by your 7th decade on this planet. Huh? Second? No, we will get it going for you. But I don't want you to be. We've done this enough, Electra. Now where tech doesn't if we have tech issues here, does it bother you as much? I mean, it's just something that fucking happens. We're used to it, right?
Yeah, it bothers me. I'm not used to it on my show. Because you run these shows because your computer can do it. Mine can't.
Yeah, but you remember a long time there, I had a different computer, and we had a lot of issues all the time. And we would just go meticulously walk through them. Oh, I'll fix this. Okay, well, I'll fix that. And now here we are. We're doing live cartoons on YouTube. I mean, we're really doing something with ourselves. But if you actually think about the difficulty of dive on that one, it's not easy. So give yourself a little grace, a little pat yourself on the back for even attempting it, let alone being able to pull it off, let alone getting Andrea to be a Anime's character and pull that off. There was some miracle work going on.
Andrea did awesome, you guys. She did great.
Yeah,
it was a good show. I mean, it wasn't. It just the tech just was killing me. So
yeah, pull the emotionality of it out, and it just becomes problems to fix. And I think we have gone full circle here now on how men and women kind of deal with things. It's like when things sucked for me back in the day and our shit would crash or sound would go out, I got pissed too. I got emotional about it too. And then I started realizing you can only do everything that you can do. I maximize the efficiency. If it still fucks up, oh well, we'll see you next time, folks. We'll go make music. We'll go hang out. This is just such a small part of our life that if it doesn't work out in the most perfect way, I'm not going to put that on myself where I feel bad that I did something wrong. You shouldn't.
No, I don't feel bad that I did something wrong. It's just that the tech didn't work, so
but don't care. Who cares?
It wasn't a good show because of that.
I disagree. I listened to the show. I thought it was a good show. The tech blips that happened were like blips. They'd happen and they'd go away, and then you'd forget about them and you were on to the show. Don't let that derail you, my sweet. because honestly, that's how you get through that stuff. You basically have to just get hit in the face by so much tech issues as someone who's running the show that you don't care anymore. If this show goes off the air right now because of tech issues,
care.
I know, but that's because you're at the beginning of the journey, my dear. And oh, how I long for the day to where you are as jaded as I am. It's a fun place to be. And so
when I spent like that much time, I'm not even going to embarrass myself with the amount of time that I spent getting ready for that show.
You don't.
But when it doesn't play smoothly and people can't experience it the way it should be experienced, what's the point? Pisses me off.
I would say 95%.
It's a waste of my time.
95 to 97% of your show had none of that. And it was like a 3-hour show. So you're saying for like 8 minutes that had little blips in it, you're just gonna trash the whole thing.
Well, and the hard part is that when I'm doing the show and I'm watching those videos, I can't see what's going on in real time. My computer doesn't keep up. So I don't even know where I'm pausing the damn thing at.
Well, I would say keep doing it because we can keep saying we need money for a computer.
It's like flying blind. It's like flying blind.
Yes. Well, here's what I would say. The part that hurts is doing the work. You do a bunch of work, you throw it up on the air, and then the tech ruins your work. You feel like you did it all for nothing. That's the part where I was in my feels. But you also realize that's a possibility anytime you go live as a cartoon in 2025. Like, the internet is big and it's getting bigger and there's bandwidth, but tech shit's still gonna happen. I want you. It's not.
I know,
Electra.
but I'm not gonna do a full show if I'm gonna have tech issues like this because I can't even really run the show. I can't see what's playing on the screen.
Right. But I will say this: with all those limitations that you have, you pulled off an amazing show. So at least give yourself the gratitude of like, well, shit, I don't have everything perfect. That's not my fault. But what I could control, I did amazing. And you did. Congratulations. I just want you to feel good about the experience because it was good. You're going to have tech issues forever. We're going to have tech issues on this show sooner or later again that drive us crazy. We met with the CEO of this company. That's how bad our tech issues got.
It's not the same. It's like this whole show, I haven't been able to hear half of what you say because my computer freezes.
Well, that is a problem. We're going to have to get that fixed immediately. So you're meaning...
See, I knew you'd want to get that fixed.
So you're saying you could be laughing twice as much? Oh, people.
Yes.
Fuck it. We're going to this computer today. Going to Best Buy right now. I must be adored by you. I was wondering why she wasn't laughing so much. And that all makes sense. It's not that I'm not as funny anymore. She can't hear me. Oh, we figured it out.
It's frozen. I'm frozen half the time.
Oh, all right. Are we ready for your unusual algorithm?
Yeah, guys. So my algorithm got jacked up because I watched a how-to makeup video because I wanted to do better makeup. And then it just fucked up my whole algorithm. Now it's just a mess. But here's what we got.
Unusual algorithm. Peculiar podcast.
I like that branding, by the way. Unusual algorithm. I like that.
Process. Oh, unusual algorithm.
Nothing like Who Are These Socials? No. And
No,
same
it's
with
different.
weird things from the internet. Nope. Our idea. Totally separate.
Let's see what you suggest.
Make them cry, Electra. Gonna make us cry? I don't want to cry.
Yeah.
We just... Oh, my God.
Unusual algorithm.
This has been a very emotional day here at CATCH22.
And there's no dwarves in my family at all. I am the only
I'm
one.
back on.
So they weren't expecting it. So, like, my dad is this really athletic dude, tall athletic dude, and he thought his wife was gonna give birth to a football player. Instead, she shot out a football. And you gotta ask yourself, what would you do in that situation? What would you do if you found out your child was a little bit different? He wasn't gonna be like all the other kids. What would you do? How would you react if you knew for a fact your son was guaranteed to be bullied when he got to school? Hopefully, you do what my dad did. He bullied me first. But he did it in a very awesome way. He would make fun of me and he would tell me like, all right, hit me back. Hit me back with something. That's what you're gonna do. Some kid's gonna come up to you. He's gonna make fun of you. What are you gonna do? You gonna cry about it? No, not my son. You're gonna make him regret saying that to you. You're gonna make him cry about it. That's what you're gonna do. So he molded me. He trained me. He prepared me like Yoda and Luke Skywalker. The sizes were reversed, but you get the idea. So by the time I got to kindergarten, I was a trained verbal assassin. I walked into kindergarten with some swag like, I hope someone f***s with me today. And
like
someone
this guy.
did. Someone did with me. I will never forget this. First day of school, we're all lined up, right? And we're taking roll. This kid runs out of line in front of the entire class, runs right up to me, points his finger in my face, and goes, "Ha ha, you're little." I looked at him and went, "Ha ha, your mom doesn't live with your dad anymore." Tears. I live in California. I had a 50-50 shot at getting that one right. So he starts crying. I get sent.
Brad Williams is this guy, right? Am I thinking right? His name? Brad Williams.
I think so.
To the principal's office. I'm sitting
double
there in
check.
the office. It's me, it's the principal, it's the kid. Kid's still crying because he's a bitch. And then the principal looks at me and goes, "I can't believe you made him cry. I'm calling your father." Do it. All right, I'll do it. So he gets the phone out. He calls my dad, gets my dad out of work, and says, "Mr. Williams, I'm here with your son Brad. He's in my office today because he made another little boy cry at school. What do you have to say about that?" Here's what my dad said. He goes, "Did he start it or did he finish it?" Yeah. Did you start it or did you finish it? Because you're never, ever, ever supposed to start a fight. But if you're in one, you better damn well finish that thing. That's the rule. If you start a fight, you're an asshole. If you finish it, you're a goddamn hero. That's the difference. So my dad says that to him, and the principal goes, "Well, to be honest with you, he finished it." Then my dad says this on the speakerphone. He goes, "Well, problem with your school is not my son. Problem with your school is the other kid's a pussy." Click. And I'm dancing around the office. That's my dad. That's my dad. And then I looked at the other kid. I'm like, "You see, that's what a father does. You would have no idea what a father does."
Oh.
Finish him.
Okay, Brad Williams there, people. Giving a little
Brad
life
Williams.
lessons. You see, again, Electra, you take what's given to you and you just have fun with it. You know, you don't stress about the tech issues. That guy has a height
I'm
issue.
still gonna stress on tech, but it's not the end of the world, I know, but I'm still gonna stress a little bit about it.
All right, what a girl wants, Electra. What a girl wants is to itemize her life raising her husband's children monetarily.
That was so bad.
We want this. We love this. We need this.
Cool.
But this, yeah, we don't need this.
Okay, so she is pointing. She first pointed at a thing, said declined by every race. She didn't want that. She doesn't want to be declined.
No. That's the title of this short. She was pointing at something that said "Black boys."
Oh, okay.
We want this. We love this. We need this. And then she said, "White boys, we don't need this." So she's just being a racist, basically.
Taking a good look at her, and yes, it tracks. Okay.
Oh, wow.
As a member of the African American community, we would like to humbly decline your offer. Since you don't want your own race, maybe the Hispanics will take you instead. So sorry, you have been declined.
You have been declined.
Referral on that, but, the Hispanic community, we're gonna have to pass on.
Oh, shit!
The Asians, though.
As a representative of the Asian community, after careful consideration, unfortunately, we cannot take her. She will also be banned from ever taking out Chinese again. Though, we will offer her up to the Indians.
After a not-so-thorough examination and as a member of the Indian community, we would also like to humbly deny this offer. Maybe the Egyptians would be interested.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but there's no way. Gotta pass this one back to the white boys.
No.
See, that's why I like TikTok, man. Yeah, everyone has good humor. Well, most people have good humor.
Do you know that guy's name?
No.
That is KSI. He is one of the bigger commentary streamers that ever existed.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Now he sells kids sugar. You know, like you do when you get big and successful. You're like, oh, let me be a millionaire by destroying the youth that put me in this place. Good job,
Yes,
KSI.
I was very addicted to sugar at a very young age.
Yep, yeah, and you probably have some, spokesperson to thank. You know, you saw She-Ra or, some lady drinking the Pepsi, and you're like, I need that too.
I hate Pepsi.
No, yeah, you're more of an RC Cola kind of girl. Acid on a mountain. Acid on a mountain.
My 21st birthday, I dropped 2 tabs of acid and hiked a mountain with a bunch of my friends.
All right, I like this guy already.
We start making our way back to camp, and the sky opens up, and it starts fucking pouring. I mean, like, the hardest rain I've ever been into, but also that might have been the acid. I have my camera in one hand, my cell phone in the other, my backpack's full of electronics. Like, we were up there, like, taking pictures, having a good time. All my friends are freaking out. I'm freaking out because all their stuff's being ruined. And I just came to this realization that, like, if I don't care, it doesn't matter. And I ended up just tossing my camera, tossing my phone on the ground, was ready to just leave it. I was just so ready to give up every material thing that I ever had because I was having such a good time on this hike in the middle of this mountain in Tennessee. It was beautiful. It was amazing. And I'll remember it for the rest of my life.
Takeaway.
Don't care so much, man. You assign things power, so don't assign things.
Did you make all these clips just so I could then turn around and tell you and use these clips to say, Electra, don't worry about the tech. Don't worry. This is amazing how they're all
Power,
matching
and
up.
it won't have any power over you.
He destroyed all his tech. Do you see the metaphor? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, I'm just
I
saying.
know. But he's
you're
dressed as a
subconsciously-
camera, so obviously he's now embodied the camera.
You're having a conscious, subconscious conversation that we're all witnessing, and it's amazing. Thank you. Más rápido? Más rápido. Más rápido.
Más rápido.
Yes. And that means quick and fast, right?
More fast.
More fast. All right. Do you know what that is, Electra?
That's a DAW.
It is a DAW, but it is called a piano roll. So this is what is called a piano roll in a DAW. Every DAW has this. It lets you assign hits to a certain note and then pick an instrument to play those certain notes. So it's just a keyboard that's inside of a music program instead of being on your table. That's essentially it. Yep. This is how you once you start building beats.
See the timer?
Yeah,
He's
I've
building
seen
this beat.
Yep.
Oh, you've seen this one?
Not this one, but I exist in producer YouTube, so I know these videos very well.
So this is amazing how fast he's doing this, right?
It is amazing. Also, if you notice, a lot of these they do no sound mixes or no sound creation. So they know the tones and what everything does so well and so easily. And this isn't hard once you start working because there's only so many clicks and so many hi-hats and so many kick drums. You can almost visually make this stuff. That's what he's doing. He's making music visually.
Right.
And
Just
there's
let it keep playing because just to see how fast he's doing this. He's making a song, you guys.
And everything's on a grid, so when he's snapping things forward and back, it's moving it to the 1, 2, 3, or 4. So that makes it easy to be fast because you know everything's snapping to the time grid. Everything's gonna be in tempo. And then copy paste.
Watch this.
Oh my god. Yeah.
43 seconds. Not bad.
No. That it's a very, very cool rabbit hole to go down because I'm telling you, there's the people that do it like with no sound and they're given like, you know, beats and stuff that they haven't heard before and tones that they haven't heard before. And they're just so good at guessing that when they play the thing, even if it's tonally, you know, like some notes are out of way, it sounds fucking amazing just because of how they put it together. Anyone can learn
Mr.
this
Blue Sky.
with enough time with the DAW. It's fun.
So I did a 12-hour class on the DAW. And
Which one?
Mixing music. It was which
Cubase,
DAW? Was
Yeah.
it on? Honestly, it was a couple different ones, so it wasn't based on that specific one. It was based on mixing music, and so.
Gotcha. Here's the thing about mixing music. I have been mixing music since I was 25 years old. 22 years I've been mixing songs. I learned something last week where I'm like, oh, this changes everything how I mix. It is very annoying mixing because it's an art that's entirely subjective, but also everyone else gets an opinion. And so I'm just saying you can learn things until the day you die.
Yeah, now my algorithm has changed too. So now I get all these tips and tricks for mixing music on my algorithm. So
and
I'm glad
don't
about
do that. Don't do that. I've had many of buddies that fall into the tricks and tips category, and they never leave because they never end. And so you're looking for this magic bullet all the time that will make all your mixes sound good. There is no magic bullet. It's taking each track and balancing it against the others in a painstaking way. But also it's making choices in she doesn't like when I say this, but almost as a fascist. Like you own and control the music. And so you have to dictate it. And it's not easy always mixing stuff. And most of my mixes suck. So.
Aww.
But your dad is so metal.
Right, and so I had to change the song on it. So this is just a song, AI song that I had to put on there last second, but it's really
No
cute.
worries.
Oh, I love it. I love this song. Look at the dad.
Well, that kid's got the face of a drummer. I'll tell you that.
Look at that little girl. He's got
Oh, it's a
pink
girl.
drumsticks for her. Look at that. Tell me your wife isn't home without actually telling me your wife isn't home.
And that kid is gonna mysteriously grow up and love butt rock and not know why. They're gonna be like, why do I like? Why is Winger such a cool band to me?
No,
I
it wasn't
don't
butt
understand.
rock. It was like death metal.
Oh, okay. Like,
Yeah.
Why?
Better.
Why do I get wet when Slipknot plays? I don't understand.
It was a Slipknot song. That's what was
Oh,
funny.
look at me. Well, you have the Slipknot mask, so that was a good guess. Hi,
It was a
Wendy.
good
What are we
guess.
looking at? What are we looking at? Wendy
So
here for?
Wendy came on a show. My friend Psyche does a live show, Psyche Awakens Tarot, and
Is that where I just saw Minnie Manson? Minnie
yes,
Manson was
he
on
had
there.
Minnie
Okay.
Manson on the other day, but he had Wendy on the day before because I had invited her on, and one of the chatters drew this picture of her
That's
real
pretty
quick,
good.
just like in 30 seconds, and so I took a quick screenshot and thought that was cute, so I put that up there.
Aww. Hope Wendy's doing well. We love Wendy over here at the Hackride Studios.
Unusual algorithm, peculiar podcast process.
Can I say, Electra? 100% worth it.
Wasn't it?
It was worth it. I love that you're like, I wish I had someone telling me things that would fix this. And then you give me a video, 6 minutes of things, them telling you the things that will fix it.
Well, it's funny because I was really frustrated about it, and then things that made me happier were like making that song and putting stuff together for that video and just finding cool stuff that makes me happy without even really thinking about it. Like I don't have to try. It just brightens my mood, and hanging out with you here and with chat and doing the show. So it's
Well,
all
we
good.
love you. We love you, DJ Electra, no matter what size computer we have, as long as your tits stay that same size. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so it is about the size.
Well,
A
it's
little bit.
not
the computer
about the
size.
Yes,
But the
no,
boob
no.
size.
Correct. People, we did it. That's our show. DJ Electra, where can people find you?
At DJElectrafry.com. On my channel is also DJ Electra Fry here on YouTube. And
make sure you check out our show on Fridays, right,
Mhm.
Electra? Right?
yes.
Yeah, see, we got her back. We got her back. She's doing the show.
But I'm gonna
No
get
buts.
a new computer. I'm gonna get a new computer by this Friday, so I've already decided.
People, make sure you go to DJ Electrify. Can they donate to you? Do you have like a donation thing on your DJ Electrify?
I have Cash App.
All right, people, she's got a Cash App there.
DJ Electrafry $DJ Electrafry.
If you donate a significant amount of money to her computer fund, we will call that the Your Name sponsored computer.
Yes, we will
at
name the
Hackride
computer
Studios.
after you.
That's right. That's right. Well,
But I'm
it'll
looking
be
at it like a $2,500 computer on the low end, so
yeah. The
it's
problem
not
is
like a $300 computer. You guys know
No.
that can't run what we do.
the problem is the $2,500 computer was the one we were looking at before the GPUs jumped. So it really is around, and we're California, so add on that 10%. So we're really looking at around $3,200 for you. That's going to get you the computer that will last,
Okay.
enough time. So, people, she will can farts. She will show feet. DJ Electra.
Sure, if you want feet pictures, all yours.
Yes. And make sure tonight you come and check us out when we go unboxing Eric the actor. That's right. Where's my actor? There he is. We love our little guy. And tonight is call, I think, 145. We are getting up there, near call 200 pretty soon. And it's also, I see the end of this thing. Like, we're about halfway through. So I'm actually kind of sad about it. So make sure you get over there. But guess what we got? We got Riley Martin Thursday. So, and then coming up in 3 episodes, we have unboxing Bigfoot it is. So we're getting through them all, people. You thought it was a joke? No, we're doing them all. So make sure also you get yourself over a membership. We just had, well, not here, but we do membership shows all the time. We did one on Sal Governale, jerking off at work, where we broke that down twice. And we also broke down his rap song. So that's a very fun one if you want Sal. We also have a Patreon. Go to Hackride Studios Patreon and a Rumble. We just did a show there called Clean Screen Cinema, Electra. That's where we watch movies together, and we watched Babes in Toyland. It's very fun. So get yourself on over to one of those for us. That's not on YouTube. That's on our Patreon exclusive. So not like we're copying Q, the Quincy, and Mike. God damn, we're copying everything that guy does. I'm just realizing. He's a great influence on us. So check that out. And Electra, do you have anything else to say to these good people before we...
Just thank you guys so much for being in chat. I see some of you have been here this whole time. Thank you so much. We love hanging out with you guys. And we'll see you tonight, hopefully, for Unboxing Eric. And you are loved and released.
And Star Chunksta, when you are the only super chatter, we call you the Golden Chatter. So our Golden Chatter of the day...
Golden Chatter!
Star Chunksta! That's right. Thank you so much. Got us 70 cents closer to that computer, and we really appreciate it. All right, everyone. She has released us, and we're still here. It's not supposed to work like that. Bye!
Bye!